The big news in the National Hockey League today. The lockout is all but formally over. Gary Bettman made the announcement.
Bob Goodenow advised me at noon that the NHLPA's negotiating committee was recommending to the full membership of the NHLPA that the NHL's last offer be accepted.
I don't think both sides are totally happy, satisfied with the deal. In the context, you always would like something different or something better. The bottom line is that there's an arrangement here to go forward under that both sides have endorsed, and I think that's the key thing. I think it's the key thing for hockey.
Only time will tell how much damage has really been done, but I think that people in general have short memories, and I think that what we have to do is go back and put our best efforts to sell the sport of hockey. And I think that the game itself is such a great game that it'll stand up on its own, and I think that people will come back and start supporting our sport again.
Hockey League, the Atlanta Knights and the Chicago Wolves from the Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont, Illinois. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Delighted to have you with us. And as we bring you this game tonight, we will bring you as much of the details on the story of what's gone on in the last 48 hours to bring the National Hockey League all but to a final resolution. The players individually have to vote on the proposal given by the owners, but it looks as though they will approve it. Darren Pang joins me here in Chicago. A very busy couple of days.
Yeah, it sure was. And because the players gave the right to their union heads right now, and the union suggested that they take this proposal, I see no question as to whether or not they're going to accept the proposal whatsoever. They have full faith in their negotiating committee.
And joining us throughout the game tonight, Al Morganti, who's been covering the negotiations from New York. Al, a comment on what has transpired.
Well, as you said, it's all over. There's no question in my mind, or anybody's mind for that matter, that this is going to pass. I think what you see as the players take their vote is it won't be unanimous, obviously. I think they want to show that some players think they've been walked on through this. But it's a done deal, and now it's a matter of both living with it and both sides not getting anything near what they wanted.
Al Morganti, let me start with you on this question. There's always the issue of whether or not there's a winner and a loser in these kinds of situations. What's your feeling on that?
Well, I think philosophically the players can say they won because they have no cap, they have no tax, and if you want to stretch it to the limit, they're the only pro sports without a cap right now, as baseball has one. Realistically, there was no question the owners were going to win here. They were going to win because the players wanted to stay neutral. They wanted a status quo when it started. It was a matter of how much they got taken away from them. They got hammered pretty good in arbitration. They got a hard cap in the rookies. So they took some losses in this thing. On the other hand, the owners did not get the cap that they wanted, did not get the tax that they wanted. What they got was a system whereby it's not an NFL system. What they wanted was what you might call an idiot-proof system where anybody can come in and make money with stupid decisions. And this system, they got to make smart decisions.
And Al and Gary, that's the difficult thing about a labor process and a labor negotiation. Who really does win in all of this? And right now, I mean, both sides are going to be going back and forth saying, we could have done this, we could have done that. I think the bottom line for unrestricted free agency, in my opinion, is they originally wanted the age of 28. When it bumped up all the way to the age of 32, or they wanted 30, once you get it to that point, after you've given up 28, I think then you've got to make a deal, and I think that's where they hedged a little bit, and I'm glad that they could come up with an agreement on that. It will only affect a few number of players for the first little while.
Now, the announcement that was made is that there'll be a 48-game schedule that will be played. What's your feeling about this season that will be followed by the full playoff schedule?
I have no problems, and sorry, Al, I have no problems with a 48-game schedule, to be honest with you. I think it was just imperative that they put a contract in their hip pocket, get it over and done with, and I think that right now fans will get into it, but we've got to be cautious. We've got to respect our fans a great deal, and it will take some time, and it's going to take a great deal of selling on behalf of the players and management.
Al Morganti, what's your sense on the schedule?
Well, the schedule, I think the first 2 weeks are obviously going to be sloppy. I mean, these guys are not going to be ready to play. If I'm a goaltender, I'm not thrilled about a week of practice and then go in. I'm afraid of groin pulls. I'm afraid of injuries like that. A very sloppy first couple of weeks. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the guys you've been watching, they're not going to bring up a whole line, some teams, to come up and fill in because they're in shape. And you know what? A veteran or two maybe loses a job as these guys come up. So it's going to have some impact. But the overall race, I like. It's the short distance. It's the quarter horse race. It ought to be fun from now till the end.
Let me ask this of both of you, Darren, with you first. One of the things that's not going to happen, the Canadian cities, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Calgary, clubs, franchises that are struggling, do not have a tax. They do not have any revenue sharing. It's an unanswered issue. Where is that one going to go?
That one, that's a very good question. And one of the concerns with the players was with the 4-year reopener that both sides do have, players were concerned that obviously they'd open it up after year 4 and that the owners would change the whole process and they wouldn't get to the 31-year-old age. The players will get the 31-year-old age, but that's where it's going to really hurt the Canadians, because right now the Canadian dollar is at 70%. So I think there should be a great deal of concern for the National Hockey League and for the Canadian cities. I think you have to preserve those cities.
Al, let me ask you a final question here during our open, and that's a general feeling you have about all that's transpired. Where are you at as a fan?
Well, as a fan, I think you're a little mixed up and just happy that the sport's coming back as a fan. You want it to pick up where it left off. Hope there wasn't too much lost in this 2-week thing. On your previous issue, that is a major issue, sharing of revenues, and I think there was a lot of arm twisting about that and some promises made that just get this done and we'll settle the revenue sharing on our own without the players pushing us, and they ought to be embarrassed that it took the players pushing them to figure out they need some revenue sharing.
All right, Al Morganti's in New York, Darren Pang joining me here in Chicago and doing our first intermission. We'll go through the agreement, note the points that were sticklers that have, in fact, virtually all but been taken care of. We'll cover that during our first intermission. We've also got a hockey game for you here in Chicago tonight. Atlanta's in town. International hockey when we come back.
If you play ice, roller, or street hockey, then check out this special offer from Hockey Player, the magazine for those who play. Each issue is packed with what you need to get the most out of playing the world's fastest team sport. Interviews with NHL stars and coaches, playing tips from the pros, equipment reviews, conditioning drills, new products, and more. Dial 1-800-652-0101 to subscribe. Order with Visa or MasterCard and receive your free bonus gift, 101 hockey tips. This booklet is a must-have source of winning-edge hockey secrets. Subscribe to Hockey Player and improve every aspect of your game with special columns and departments for goalies, defensemen, forwards, coaches, and more. So whether you play on the ice or in the street, call 1-800-652-0101 and get ready to score. To subscribe, call 1-800-652-0101. A year subscription of 10 issues is only $15.95. Order now with Visa or MasterCard and receive your free gift, 101 hockey tips. That's 1-800-652-0101.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont, Illinois, where the Chicago Wolves are tearing up the International Hockey League in their first ever year in the International Hockey League. In goal for the visiting team, Mike Greenlay, a tall 6'4", lanky goaltender that has spent some time in the National Hockey League, 27 years of age. He started off slowly, but a couple of years ago, he led these Atlanta Knights to the Turner Cup. Meanwhile, veteran NHLer Wendell Young spent some time with Pittsburgh, Vancouver, and Philadelphia. 2 Stanley Cup rings with the Pittsburgh Penguins. He will be in goal for the home team. Wendell's been solid in the last couple of games on home ice. He has only 2 wins so far here, but coming on strong, getting ready for the face-off as the Chicago Wolves and Atlanta have played just once this year. The Atlanta Knights winning that one by a score of 5-4. And the opening face-off for our brothers on the ice for Atlanta. Puck goes into the neutral zone. Atlanta Knights control one of the youngest teams in the International Hockey League, a development squad for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And as Al Morganti said in our opening, these are the players that may get a shot early on, as the National Hockey League will resume their action starting up next week. Meanwhile, a tussle at center ice. And it looks like Brent Mayers, not sure who the Wolves guy is. Little tussle as we start this action off. As we said, only the first game between these 2 teams. And we take a break. Early in this contest, the Wolves and the Knights still scoreless.
Where in the world would you go if there were no Las Vegas? Where you can see new resorts and attractions you've never seen anywhere before. You'd have to travel to the future and the past. And the only other place you'd find excitement like this is your own imagination. Only in Las Vegas.
Next up, the 1995 Air Show's Precision Jet with a double barrel.
And I thought their pizza was something.
Gotta be Domino's! Buffalo wings!
They're spectacular in hot, mild, and now barbecue sauce. Call for any pizza and get a full order of our new chicken wings for $3.99.
Gotta be Domino's! Buffalo wings!
Gilly punched him in the face and ran.
the head coach of the Wolves behind the bench, and he is mic'd. And he's talking to the official about the call. 5 each for fighting, just 23 seconds into this first period. Give you some indication, these teams will meet only twice. This is the second time. In the first meeting, it was 5-4. Atlanta won at Atlanta. Here's how that game ended and how this one began, with some real physical play. Expect to see a lot of that in this game, particularly by the combatants involved there. As you saw Nottingham, Ted Crowley, all bumping and going down. We will skate here 5-on-5. Nobody lost anybody on that one, as they ended up being the 5 for fighting, and that was it. The Wolves, playing .500 hockey all season, are 17-16-1. Atlanta's 19-18-1. Atlanta lost in Peoria last night by a score of 4-3. We will see Wendell Young in net for Chicago in this game, and Mike Greenlay will be in for Atlanta. Atlanta's on the road. They've played 4 games, will have played 4 games in 5 nights by the time this is done. Puck cleared out through center ice on the near side. The Wolves dumping it in. We are full strength here. Tim Berglund up on the forecheck, working it back deep. Alan Peterson clears it out of the zone for Atlanta. Brought back in by the Wolves, Steve Malte. Malte knocks it away on his pass, comes out the center. The Atlanta Knights in their road black and blue uniforms, while the Chicago Wolves are in their home white. Derek Mayer got it up through center ice, cleared away by Chris Ferraro. Both Ferraro brothers playing in this game, draft picks of the New York Rangers, Chris and Peter Ferraro. Keep an eye on them tonight. Peter Ferraro, number 10, is among the leading rookie scorers, 9th best. Chris LaPuma, one of the big fighters on this team, knocked down. LaPuma, 6-footer, 200-pound veteran who's involved in a lot of fisticuffs, has been throughout his career, and will be again tonight if this game is played the way when these teams first met. I was going to say, after that first game between these two teams, the coach for Atlanta, John Harris Jr., was quoted after the game as saying it was a dirty and unethical game. That's how he defined the first time these teams met. Todd Harkins picks up the boarding call at 1:43. We'll get there is Paris, the coach behind the bench for the Atlanta Hawks. Interesting situation behind the bench here, because Ubriaco, who now coaches Chicago, was coaching this Atlanta team for almost 2 full seasons. And it was Paris who came on and took his place at the end of last year. Puck knocked away, short-handed chance at the other end. Steve Malte moving in, the fake, the shot, great save made. Lee Davidson, not Malte. Davidson moved in on the breakaway, short-handed chance.
Man, great start for Greenlay to get that right pad out there, because Davidson, one of the snipers, one of the big offensive guns for the Chicago Wolves, not a very high-scoring team. Terrific save by Greenlay.
Outstanding play by Greenlay. Last year, he and J.C. Bergeron were named the outstanding goaltenders of the year in the International Hockey League on this Turner Cup champion Atlanta Knights teams. Trulia, an all-star, drops it back to the point. Shot, and that one deflected wide. Good rip shot taken by Chris LaPuma, who's playing out there on a point on this power play for Atlanta. Stan Trulia got it out in front. The shot and the save. Rebound came loose. Jason Ruff had the opportunity, couldn't convert on it, and it's cleared out.
Steve Malte, good defensive job right there, because it looked like Ruff, Gary, he had that rebound right on the tape, and Wendell Young was down and out. Good defensive play by the offensive guy.
Power play continues here. 39 seconds left on the advantage for Atlanta in the dark uniforms. Gavey gets it back out to the point. Nobody covering as they drop back, deflected wide in front, never ended up on net. It was tipped by Peter Ferraro, number 10, out in front. Ferraro will work the side now. They look in front. Jan shot to score! They caught Wendell Young down on the ice. Ferraro working from the boards, brought it in, and Atlanta takes a 1-0 lead.
Key to that play, really, Peter Ferraro's a right-handed shot, and he's camped out at the right of Wendell Young. If he's a left-hand shot, he's got to be on his backhand. Because he's a right-hand shot, he was able to get full mustard on that little wraparound. See in front of that, Sean Rivers for the Wolves, just hammering away at one of the Knights. And then because of the commitment made by Wendell Young, see the goaltender, Wendell Young. He's got his stick. As soon as Ferraro wants to take a step out here, Wendell Young's going to get his stick in a position for a poke check, and the great patience by Ferraro allows him to go around Wendell Young, making it a 1-0 game.
Peter Ferraro, the rookie, has his 11th goal of the season and a power play goal. And Atlanta takes a 1-0 lead. Their power play ranked 10th in the league converts there. Wendell Young batting that one away, held in behind the net, as Atlanta continues to keep the heat on here, with Frank Gretzky holding the puck in. Finally dumped out of the zone. The Wolves back in the attack. Al Secor, the veteran, working on this line, and that's just an offside, even though a pretty good dump was put on Harkins.
You ready? Yes. I'm going to put something in front of you. I want you to tell me what you smell.
I have no idea. Well, my sense of smell isn't too great right now because I'm very stuffed up.
I have a nasal spray I want to give you.
Wow.
Now what do you smell?
That's an orange.
You got it. Curious about the product?
What is it? Tristan. Unbelievable.
Tristan 12-hour nasal spray.
Great. Man, I can breathe.
You a cowboy?
Sorta.
You ride?
Some.
I'll give you 2 pieces of advice, cowboy. Change your oil more often.
And?
Watch out for them blind side blitzes.
Get real.
Logo Athletic, authentic team apparel.
One great save at one end often results in a goal at the other end. Lee Davidson had a short-handed breakaway from center ice all the way in. The third leading scorer gave a little fake, went to his forehand. Terrific save by the 6'4" Greenlay and getting his right pad down. And after that save, sure enough, Atlanta gets their power play going and they score one. So credit Mike Greenlay for that.
There's Greenlay working at the other end. Greenlay comes into this game a 6 and 8 on the year with a 4.02 goals against and an 8.65 save percentage. Greenlay, 27-year-old veteran, is in his 6th pro season. Played college hockey at Lake Superior State. Atlanta on the attack, deflected out deep on the point shot taken by Mayer. Brought back through center ice Davidson with Breslin and Berglund on this line. Into the corner, Breslin, centering pass, deflected in front of the corner. This is what Chicago will try and do. They are not a particularly fast skating team. They are big and physical, and Gene Ubriaco wants his team to get in front of the net. He wants the big guys down low, pounding on the rebounds if they can get there. Chris Ferraro cleared it out. Ferraro following it up himself. Back to the point. The Puma's shot deflected high off the glass. Near side, Stan Drulia. Drulia's shot was blocked out deep. Attempt on the centering pass. Jason Ruff. Ruff, a very fine forward and good scorer. Davidson had it flipped up in the air. Couldn't get it by. LaPuma held into the zone. Wolves trying to clear. Far side, Harkins. Big shot put on the far side. Boy, we have seen some hits early on in this game. Ferraro dumped it in. Drulia could not get it. Drulia goes to the corner for it, partially blocked in the attempted out off Mick Kempfer, the defenseman. And now the Wolves get it back. 1-0 lead. Atlanta leading in this game. Courtney to the far side, written off into the boards. Good hard checking both ways early on in this game. Atlanta back with Jason Ruff. Ruff got pushed out along the point, lost it there, cleared back to Courtney. Courtney got it in the middle. Malte moving. Malte dumped it in the middle. Wiseman couldn't get a stick on it. Wiseman puts it high off the glass behind the net. Chased down far side by Corey Cross. He and Courtney over there.
Hey, you think these players aren't a little more motivated as well, knowing that the NHL is settling themselves right now? I mean, as Al said earlier, look at Atlanta. There's a good jump on this Atlanta club especially. They're the #1 affiliate. Not to say a member of the Wolves wouldn't get a chance, but because Atlanta's the #1 affiliate of Tampa Bay.
There are a lot of players.
Motivation, you betcha,
a lot of players looking at Tampa Bay with a chance to play. Campo comes the other way for Atlanta. Campo drops it off on the far side. Dumped over there. Good hit put on by Steve Malte. Third back through center. Atlanta will chase it down. Derek Mayer, 200-pound defenseman, drops that one off wide side. Alan Peterson, the veteran. There are some veterans playing in this game, NHL veterans. Peterson is one of them. Derek Mayer brought it in. Mayer lost it along the boards. Wolves trying to get it out. Bounced off by Silvanov out of the zone. Recovered there. They've got a clear. Save made by Wendell Young. Might not have been onside on that shot. Won't matter now as it ends up in the seats. Atlanta up 1-0.
Some good hitting so far, very good pace to this hockey game. One of the things Atlanta's done real well is standing up at the blue line. Best hit of the night so far. See Berglund getting hammered by Chicago native Chris LaPuma. LaPuma played 26 games last year with Tampa Bay. He's a tougher guy, but you know what? He plays her that way. He heads down, he'll make a hit like that. Pretty honest guy for a tough guy. I mean, if he's going to go, he's going to drop the mitts and he's going to go. That was an excellent hit. Best hit of the night so far. I know it's early in the game, but I think we'll see a whole lot of that in this contest.
High-scoring line for Chicago out there now. Wiseman, Brian Wiseman, a rookie who played at Michigan and was a finalist for the Hobey Baker Award, is at center on this line. There is Harkins, who'll move in to take the face-off now with Courtney off the draw. One back into the corner. Atlanta on the chase. Run down by Yves Hérault. Hérault is a good one. Air dumped it in on the wide side. You'll see Atlanta try and do a little more skating. They feel as though they have more speed than the Chicago Wolves do. Derek Mayer dropped it up into the middle. Couldn't control it there. Brent Gretzky wearing number 9 in dark. Gretzky along the boards, looking for the loose puck. Has it in his own end. Gretzky takes it in behind the net. The Chicago Wolves, led by Todd Harkins, 37 points, and Steve Malte with 22 goals. Malte is going to the International League All-Star game as the representatives from the Chicago Wolves, brought in by Colin Miller. Miller trying to send it into the corner, deflected there by Ted Crowley. Crowley wearing 33 for the Wolves. We have him mic'd up for tonight's game as well. A defenseman who you'll hear from, Massachusetts native, went to Boston College. He's got the mic on tonight for us. Chris LaPuma again will start it out. LaPuma's handling the puck and shooting more tonight than I've seen in any game, or in all the games I've seen him play.
Yeah, we've done a couple of the games with the Atlanta Knights.
Touched up for the icing call. 1-0 Atlanta.
A luxury car is supposed to be powerful, comfortable, stylish, smooth, and expensive. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. The Nissan Altima. Now lease the Altima GXE for $239 a month, $1,250 down for 36 months.
Dear car owners, some car repair shops have the same answer to every brake problem.
You need new brakes.
But that's not the Midas way. We'll use our written 45-step brake inspection for an accurate diagnosis. We'll explain your repair options so you can be involved in what the job will cost. And we'll give you a nationwide guarantee on brake shoes and pads for as long as you own your car. That's why it's always worth getting your brakes fixed the Midas way. The way it should be.
There's Chris LaPuma playing for Atlanta, but as Darren Fang and I were just talking about, a lot of Chicago in him. The shot deflected. Good play made by Mike Greenlay on the save as he put that one off on the blocker. Shots are 4-1 right now in favor of Atlanta. Chicago's not been able to generate chances. Greenlay going behind the net for it. Tried to swing it around and out. Couldn't get it by on the far side. Some of the veterans that you'll hear. Gordy Roberts playing out there for the Chicago Wolves. L. Secord, National Hockey League veteran, also out there for Chicago. Stan Drulia near side. Tipped that one in, but that's going to be an offside.
Al Secord, a very popular name. Meanwhile, Gene Ubriaco, he's got a lot of ties here in the Chicago area.
Hey, Lee.
What's up, Gene?
Make sure that we have, Julia, don't leave him alone. We don't want him to
I guess not. You know what, though? Don't leave Drulia alone. I guess not. He has plenty of respect for Stan, and Stan played for Gene. He knows the capabilities of number 20 for the Atlanta Knights, no question about it. But it's always good to remind the young players. Make sure they've got their head up and they're looking at exactly who the offensive guns are on that ice.
92, Briaco was behind the bench when Atlanta won the division championship. And as we said last season there for most of the year, before he was replaced by John Paris Jr. Deflected up in the air. That will end up in the seats on shot taken just inside the line by Tim Berglund.
Berglund tried to let that go and try to get it down low. Unfortunately for Berglund, it was deflected, and I think Tim should be a happy camper. He's celebrating his 30th birthday. Spent some time with Tampa Bay. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday there, Tim. Unfortunately for that shot, though, Gary, he just couldn't get it up high enough on the stick, and you see that often. The defenseman comes out, deflects the stick up at the right angle, and it goes up 30 rows.
Off the face-off lead, Davidson and White able to kick it away to the point. Shot there, save made. Greenlee put that one off the stick that time. Cleared up, not out of the zone. Chicago doing a good job here holding the puck in. Secord had that last one. Back to center with it, Mike Kempfert. Kempfert got it in, deflected to the near side corner. Davidson, Breslin, and Berglund stay out in this line. Julia behind the net, dropped it off for Gavey. Aaron Gavey couldn't get it out. Chicago's forechecking, picking up, puck right in the slot, deflected wide behind it. Great chance. Greenlee was down, couldn't convert though. Gordy Roberts, another NHL veteran, couldn't hold it in along the line. That's enough from Davidson, and Chicago will change it up. First Nelson working on defense, starts it out to Drulia. Drulia will dump that one in wide, and he'll head for the bench. Friarco likes to match lines. The Chicago coach will do a lot of that tonight. He has always liked to do that. 17 years coaching at the pro level. Sean Rivers brought it in. Shot and a save made on Wiseman. Pushed away by Greenlee. Good shot taken. Brian Wiseman, a Chicago and Ontario native, who got that one right down the middle. Near side, Jason Ruff. Ruff, who is a scorer, 6'2", 195-pounder, who can put it in the net. Wendell Young will let that one go behind the net for Chicago. Sean Rivers came back to get it. Rivers and Kevin McDonald are the prime 1 and 2D for Chicago.
Yeah, one big and one little. Good combination right there.
One real big.
Yeah, one real little.
Kevin McDonald has piled up a league-leading 223 minutes in penalties this season. Christian Campo got knocked down, bounces off the back of the net. Atlanta leading this game 1-0. Peter Ferraro going to the corner. He picked up the power play goal in this game. Chased down Timmy Breslin on the far side. Chicago needed a break, so they just dump it out. Mayer's going to have to play this. We'll get a little help from his goaltender. Up to Ferraro. Ferraro starts it up ice. Peter Ferraro, number 10. Number 15 is Chris Ferraro. Dump back to LaPuma. Atlanta regrouping in their own end as Yves Herreau took it back there. Atlanta led by Drulia with 41 points, and Jason Ruff, 23 goals, their leading goal scorer. Cleared around by veteran Wendell Young, comes all the way out to center. Power play goal early on in this game has given the Atlanta Knights the 1-0 lead. Centering pass tipped wide, chased down near side by Herreau again. Yves Herreau gets knocked down, and a penalty coming up on the hit from behind, and there's the whistle. Not much doubt about that one. Herreau got belted from behind on a power play for Atlanta.
He doesn't know it, but I found this under his pillow. I flipped through these great pages on sports, fitness, adventure. Now I know where all the excitement in our life comes from. Men's Journal. He really cares about living life better. Men's Journal covers everything better, from the best in mountain bikes to fishing in Alaska, from rafting down the Colorado to building a better body. It tells him how to get started, where to go, and what to do when he gets there. Men's Journal shows him where to find the best of everything. And every issue tells him how to look better, be healthier, and build endurance. From toning up his abs to tuning up our sex life. Men's Journal tells you everything about living life better.
Hey.
Start doing it better. Subscribe now to Men's Journal for only $11.97 and get this 200-page equipment guide absolutely free.
Call 800-599-3300. That's 800-599-3300.
Crowley picked up the penalty against the boards.
Gordon, you ready, babe?
Right there.
There you see it. Big Ted Crowley last year spent the majority of the year with the Hartford Whalers.
And Atlanta's got their second power play. Ferraro from cross scored at 3:26. Shot in, deflected, just wide, went behind and came out the other way as Gretzky took the shot. And Brother Wayne's going to be back in action probably next Friday as the lockout is virtually over during our first intermission. We'll update you on that and take a look at the contract. Gretzky shot deflected high off the glass. Held onto by Nelson on the far side. Nelson sends it around the boards. Atlanta power plays 41 for 204 on the season. See the hits put on. Gretzky holding that one. Big jam up in front. Shot, score! That deflected in front over Wendell Young. I'm not sure off who. And there's an argument here by Chicago that somebody for Atlanta was in the crease on that goal, but I don't think they're going to get it.
No, it doesn't look like they're getting the call from veteran NHLer Kevin McGuire, the referee for tonight's game. And clearly, the reason why there was so much traffic in front, Brent Gretzky, not known as a guy that shoots the puck a lot from this position. Look at the traffic in front. Now, from that angle, no one in the crease. There's no interference there at all. You see the heels of the skate. Not in the crease. Number 8 is Miller, but Gretzky gets everybody going deep, fires the puck nice and low. Now it gets tipped up. There's the tip-in by Miller. You see number 8, the assistant captain. That went off the shaft of his stick, then up over the stick side of Wendell Young. An awful lot of traffic in front of Young, and you know, he may be frustrated as well. He just hasn't been getting off to a good start in this building, and that has been frustrating for Wendell Young. Looks like Miller's getting credit for that goal.
Colin Miller tipped it in, the 23-year-old out of Ontario, his 5th of the year, and Atlanta's 2 for 2 on the power play, and they take the 2-0 lead. Darren Pang mentioning Wendell Young. Wendell Young has won only 2 games here on his home ice this season. He won the home opener here, and then won again on January 4. But those are his only 2 victories here at home for Wendell Young this season. Greenlay knocks that one away. Young comes into this game 10, 8, and 5 on the season with 5 shootout losses. Ferraro drops it off. Chris Ferraro doing the tic-tac, going the other way. Ferraro and Ruff. Ferraro tips it back to the point. Puma moved up, couldn't get it. Here's a chance for a 3-on-1 break. Now a 3-on-2 for Chicago. Centered shot. Score! Great pass. Lee Davidson puts it home.
Wasn't going to be nullified on his second chance of the game. They've only had 2 solid quality chances the Wolves have, and that one right there, a 3-on-1, and there was more than one option. And it looked to me at first like this pass by Breslin might have been too high. Breslin, a little heel to toer, and it is right on the tape. I mean, it landed as soon as it was about to land on ice level. Then you saw Davidson tap it in on a one-timer. Nice little pass right over the stick of the defenseman. Bang, no chance for Greenlay. Good finishing play by Davidson, his 13th goal of the year. And again, you saw a little bit of that transition game from the Wolves, something that they're working on as well.
Perfect pass or what?
Hey, that's your basic saucer heel to toer that guys try all the time. And if that takes one hop before it gets to his stick, it'd probably hop over his stick. It was perfect, right on the tape.
So Chicago gets on the board. Davidson, who had 25 goals last season at Fort Wayne, gets the first goal here tonight for Chicago, and it's 2-1, Atlanta on top. That ended up being a 3-on-1 break. Atlanta will just dump it in as Derek Mayer had it. Wendell Young couldn't stop it. Far side, Gavey. Gavey sends it back to Ferraro. Ferraro back for Gavey. Couldn't catch up to it. Stepping up to hold it in is Peterson. Peterson had it knocked away. Derek Mayer will chase it down at the other end. Mayer working on the D for Atlanta. Ferraro in the middle. Pass intended, broken up. They get back onside. Drop pass to the point. Shot deflected up in the air. Couldn't get it through the D that time, and that's just sent out by Atlanta.
I'm trying to listen into Ted Crowley as the play's going on. He's bumbling something under his breath. He's a good one to have, Mike. He's going to do a lot of talking on that ice. That only benefits us.
He's wearing 33 in white. Ted Crowley, the defenseman out there. Played at center, Steve Malte. Malte, 6th season as a pro, and as we said, an all-star selection this season for Chicago. Lost that one at center. Hit put on near side. Puck just loose along the boards. Nice dig out by Courtney. Courtney's centering pass, though, is lost again. Wendell Young at the other end will hold this one up. Young had a man bearing down on him. Gretzky in front, so he dumped it off the near side boards. Shot out through center, chased there by Corey Cross. Cross's pass knocked away by Kevin McDonald. And now we play end-to-end on this one. Mike Greenlay went back to get it for Atlanta. 2-1. Atlanta on top. Shots are even now at 7-7. 5:30 to go in a fast-paced first period. Sean Rivers sent it in. Courtney drops it back to the point. Nobody was there. He changing up behind the play for Chicago. Mike Kemper goes back to get it. Kemper, a rookie out of Division III college hockey. I don't see many who make it even at this level at that, but he played at Stevens Point for 4 years. Onside shot save made by Wendell Young. Fans thought that was an offside. Eric Dubois moved up to take the shot, though. They're near side, and the Wolves, changing it up behind the play, will tic-tac a little at center. Todd Gillingham, the extra forward tonight, dumps that one in. Gillingham, another one of the big enforcers right there, 45 in white along the boards. He picks up a lot of penalty minutes along with McDonald. They are 1 and 3 in the league in penalty minutes playing in the same team.
Yeah, he likes to instigate it. He really does. He has a lot of fun out there and gets himself involved.
Lee Davidson's shot was blocked by Greenlay. Davidson, who picked up the goal, coming back after missing a couple of games with a bad shoulder. Dumped back into the corner, played there by Al Secord. Secord out to the point, tip to the near side. Already Roberts. Roberts moving up, can't get it, almost got caught up ice. Jason Ruff brings it the other way. Ruff looking to the middle. Great pass, dropped into the middle, but nobody there. Stan Drolia was looking for a trailer, and the blind pass ended up going to no one. And Chicago back the other way, sends it in. Both teams changing it up behind the play. Pinned up along the Zamboni door. Markman Duzair couldn't get the shot off. Swept out of the zone, finally, by Stan Drulia. Wendell Young will play that one as Atlanta changes it up. 3:56 left in this first period. In the Chicago suburb of Rosemont, the Horizon, the name of the building, built in 1956. Seats some 17,000. They have drawn very well. Chicago in their first season in the I, averaging 11,400 plus, second only to Detroit in average attendance in the International Hockey League this season. At center ice, Villavano had it and lost it. Nardella, the D. Nardella trying to feather that one into the middle. Couldn't get it by Ferraro, who tipped it away to center. Knights back on the attack. Good checking job being done by both teams now. Ferraro gets busted off the puck. Cross comes over to get it and sends it in. Wendell Young holds it up. A lot of center ice checking going on right now.
Feeling out in the neutral zone. It really is.
Crowley tried to dump that in and had it blocked. Again, Cross was there to block it. This will be an icing call. On the touch-up, 3:03 left to go here in the first period. Atlanta leading Chicago by a score of 2-1.
Why get only half the workout on an ordinary treadmill when you could get a total body workout? Introducing the incredible new WalkFit from Nordic Track. WalkFit's unique design lets you exercise your upper body and lower body at the same time. You get a fast, effective, total body workout that burns up to 1,000 calories per hour. Whether your goal is to lose weight, tone muscles, or relieve stress, you can do it all with the WalkFit Total Body Treadmill from Nordic Track. WalkFit gives you a 53% greater cardiovascular workout than on ordinary treadmills, and you can burn up to 79% more calories. And WalkFit has no motor. It's safe and easy to use. Unlike motorized treadmills, you control the pace. There's no herky-jerky starts and stops. Call our toll-free number now and receive a free information-packed video and full-color brochure showing how you can get started on an enjoyable exercise program you'll stick with. Don't settle for half the workout when you can get a superior total body workout with Nordic Track's WalkFit. Call today and get a 30-day in-home trial and 2-year limited warranty. After all, it's from Nordic Track.
Welcome back to the place that Gene Ubriaco built. Hey, Gene, you hear me down there?
I sure can.
Man, you really clogged up in that neutral zone. A lot of hitting in there.
Well, you know, they got off to a good start, a couple of quick goals on us, and so it changed our plans a little. We kind of backed off, but that goal really helped us. It was a great play by Breslin, wasn't it?
It sure was. That was a great pass. It looked like hands like you have, Gene.
Just a couple of fans talking about the game. Gene Ubriaco, the coach of the Chicago Wolves. The first time, to my knowledge, in a real game that we have had a coach who not only agreed to be mic'd, but is wearing an earpiece and has agreed to talk to us.
Wanted it.
And wanted it.
Now, wait a minute. I don't know about that.
You're gonna love that. And a whistle and a glove pass called in the corner with 2:33 to go in the first.
Look, I appreciate the fact that fast food is fairly inexpensive.
Only 99 cents.
I know it's convenient and all that, but if I'm gonna give you 99 of my cents, you're gonna have to give me more than just some burger. I mean, is it a Whopper? Is it flame broil or is it fried? Can I get it how I want it?
Your way.
Or am I gonna be scraping gobs of secret sauce off the bun? I mean, I can get a roll of duct tape for 99 cents. Doesn't mean I want to make it my lunch.
The 99-cent Whopper, now at Burger King.
Everybody needs some money sometime. Everybody needs some cash somehow.
Hello?
Rita.
It's midnight.
I need $500. Now.
I'll call Western Union.
Just call 1-800-CALL-CASH, and you can send money from home.
My sometime is now.
Western Union.
Oh, yeah.
The fastest way to send money worldwide.
Keep it
John Rivers drops it off. centering pass deflected into the corners. Brian Wiseman tried to set him up. Wiseman sends it on the wide side. A 2-1 Atlanta lead. Chicago, though, has been buzzing here for the last 5 minutes. They picked up the last goal. Peter Ferraro and Miller have the power play goals for Atlanta. Davidson at 12:42 on the even strength from Breslin and Berglund to get Chicago on the board. 1:40 left to go here in the first. Chicago on the right, and no doubt about that call. Aaron Gavey got the hook in on that one, and the power play coming up for the Wolves.
Well, this will be the very first power play for the Chicago Wolves. Already Atlanta has given us a lesson on how to score with the man advantage, 2 for 2 so far. Aaron Gavey's the guilty culprit right in the neutral zone, something we've talked about, how they've been flooding it, trying to jump up there, but Gavey got caught sort of floating around there using his stick. And because of that, Gavey's going to get hauled off for hooking. Late in the period, a good chance for the Chicago Wolves to bounce on back.
Right?
Gavey just 20 years
Look at
old.
the rebound, Whistler. They got to earn their goals. You can't put it on the stick every time. You know what I mean? Come on, you made a great play. Now you got to finish it.
I love that when a coach says you made a great play.
Seco, you ready,
Well, let's see what happens on this power play. You saw Chicago's 7th best in the International League of the power play. Atlanta 11th in the penalty killing department. 1:25 to go in the period. During our first intermission, we will go through the settlement, which is being ratified by each player in the National Hockey League. Some of the teams are meeting and voting tonight. Some will do it tomorrow. It looks as though the National Hockey League will start its season a week from Friday. Power play in white. The Wolves trying to get it tied up. Drop pass in the middle, deflected away. Intended for Davidson, who was cutting in. Near side point. Nardella deflected again in front. Saved by Greenlay. Nardella, great play. Nardella went down and held that in. Courtney, the 26-year-old player out of Quebec, a good scorer for them. Courtney out on the power play unit. They've got Davidson set up in front of the net. There's Nardella. Nardella waiting, looking in front. There's Courtney. Centering pass tipped up in the air by Malte. Malte without the helmet got the tip. Nardella again. Nardella, one of the quarterbacks in the power play. Courtney near side. No shot taken. Davidson. Davidson had a moment. Nardella back again and can't hold it in.
You know, unbelievable, but that helmet that was on the ice line there from Steve Malte, that stopped the puck from going right on the stick of one of the Wolves.
And down goes Greenlay as the puck won't sit for anybody. 11.2 rather left to go in this first period.
You know, a great flurry there, and Bobby Nardella, number 7 for the Chicago Wolves. You know, I really like the patience of this guy. He, you know, if you got a guy in the point, he's got to wait it out. This was the blast. Now, it goes off his stick, so it doesn't get through. But because of that, there's a little bit of havoc right here. Greenlay, at the very end, was able to get a tape of it. But Bobby Nardella spent this offseason playing for the local team, the Chicago Cheetahs of the Roller Hockey International League. And he really does a tremendous job because he's a heads-up player. Not a very big guy, obviously. Bobby Nardella is, what, 5'8", 170 pounds, probably soaking wet.
Yeah.
A couple of weight bags underneath each armpit, but he's from nearby here. He was born right here in Melrose Park, and he has got tremendous patience. So he's making really getting a good opportunity here to play on a local team and making good of it.
Sports Smash coming along as well during our first intermission, as well as our look.
Is that you howling, Garrett?
At the agreement. That's the Wolves howling on the power play. Cleared out by Cross. And that's going to do it. The power play will continue. Another 22 seconds left on it for Chicago as they come back from a 2-goal deficit. In this game, the shots end up at 10-8 in favor of Chicago. First intermission. Sports Smash coming. Atlanta leads it by 1.
Wayne Winfield and Ron Williams were 2 of the most heavily recruited high school kids in the country. Of course, it wasn't for their game, it was for their minds. And thanks to the Navy College Fund and the Montgomery GI Bill, they have a chance to really use them because they can earn up to $30,000 for college. So, even if the NBA isn't in their future, I guess that's game. A BA is. For more information, call 1-800-USA-NAVY.
Oh, it's so cute.
Excuse me. Could you take a picture of us with photo over there?
If you take off to the Italian town of Todi, but your camera just takes off.
Where'd they go?
You better have Visa Gold, because there's not a camera store there that takes American Express.
There's a great shot.
Visa Gold, it's everywhere you want to be.
You can't be sure about where you stand. You can't be sure about what you planned. But you can be sure you can raise your hand. You can be sure to be dry. You can be sure to be dry.
Sure Solid has the most effective wetness fighting ingredient you can buy, so you can be sure to be dry.
You can't be sure you can meet the demand. You can't be sure about where you land. You can be sure you can raise your hand. You can be sure to be dry. You can be sure to be dry.
Who says clothes make the man? By looking at me, it's easy to see how hair can make the difference.
If your hair is thinning, call Hair Club for Men and receive your free booklet about thinning hair. It covers transplants, weaving, minoxidil, and much more. You'll also find before and after photos of men like yourself who've benefited from Hair Club's advanced technology of adding hair in with your own hair without surgery. Now, whether working out, showering, or just blow drying your hair, it feels like your own.
So call for your free booklet, and you'll see how hair can make you look and feel your best.
Extreme Games 101. Class begins Sunday at 7:30 on ESPN2.
Hi there, Bill Peter with the Smash. We watch the IHL. We wait for the NHL. The Executive Committee of the Players Association approves the owner's final offer. The union membership now has until noon Friday to approve the deal, and no problem is expected. It should be a 48-game schedule that will begin sometime next week. The specifics of the collective bargaining agreement you see right there. The key issue, free agency. Players who are 32 are free for the first 3 years of the deal. Players who are at 31 free for the last 3 years of the deal. Either side can scrap the whole thing after 4 years of the 6-year agreement. Training camps will open after the players vote, and the training camps won't be long at all. Now to the NFL. The Associated Press reports that negotiations continue to bring Dick Vermeil into the mix as coach and GM of the Eagles. Reports this morning had said negotiations had stalled. And Dennis Erickson met with Denver about the Broncos coaching job. Erickson is reportedly closer, however, to becoming coach of Seattle. The two sides there are apparently only $50,000 apart. On out of college hoops, we've got Georgia Tech and North Carolina, and that is Jerry Stackhouse, and this is Rasheed Wallace. Second half, Tech trying to come back from a 16-point deficit. Travis Best does his best, but Stackhouse at 23. Hang time here for 2. North Carolina wins it 86-75. Wallace with 22. Stackhouse leads the ACC in scoring, close to 22 points a game. The last Tar Heel to lead the conference in scoring, guess who? Michael Jordan back in '84. That's your Smash fact of the night. Elsewhere, we got Clemson and Virginia. Clemson goes down for the first time all year. They were crushed. Clemson dropping to 10-1. The rest of your scores. We go smashing on this very network every single Saturday morning for 4 straight hours, 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And, of course, on this and only on this very network, Sports Night, Tuesday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. and Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You see all the other times for the show. The hockey game after one period. Atlanta leads Chicago 2-1. Back to Gary Thorne and Darren Pang after this.
This is safeguard season. This is a season for germs.
I think every locker room's got 3 things in common. Sweaty guys, germs, and some serious body odor.
Wow. Safeguard antibacterial soap eliminates more germs that cause body odor than regular soap and helps keep germs from coming back.
Hey, no one should smell like a locker room. Not my team, my sons, or me. And with Safeguard, we don't.
Safeguard against germs.
Mixed nuts never give you enough of your favorite nuts.
But Fisher favorites are all favorites. Pecans, almonds, peanuts, lightly coated with luscious flavors. Toffee, honey glaze, praline, plus large whole cashews. So
That's my favorite. No, that's my favorite.
every nut is your favorite. Fisher favorites.
Drive! My mother drives better than that! The ball goes
Some
in
sports
the
just aren't exciting enough for big, loud coaches. College hoops is. Saturday, there'll be plenty of triple-header basketball excitement on ESPN2.
And welcome back to Chicago, everybody. At the end of the first period, Atlanta leading it by a score of 2-1. Gary Thorne, Darren Pag, Al Morganti joining us in New York. The lockout in the National Hockey League all but over. The players on each team have to vote for the proposal. The representatives of the NHL have said, yes, we want it. Each player votes on it either tonight or tomorrow. We want to take a look at the key points that held this agreement up. These are the 5 points that seem to make a real difference, starting with unrestricted free agency. The only unrestricted free agents under the new agreement are going to be those who reach the age either of 31 or 32, depending on what year of the contract we are in. Al Morganti, a comment on that one.
Well, this, of course, was the key issue, as you said. The players wanted 30-year-old free agency. The owners 32. There was a little bit of movement toward 31. When people look at this, they say, hey, what's the big deal? But, you know, from covering this league, you're talking about guys starting to get contracts at 28, which tie them up through their free agent year so they don't get let loose. It was a key issue, and it makes a big difference, those 2 years in free agency. I think the players got to win here. Remember, this was not something that was taken away. This is the first time they've had this unrestricted thing, but certainly the age is a lot higher than they thought they wanted.
And Al, I think it's safe to say, and Gary as well, that if in fact the NHL would have implemented some type of luxury tax or salary cap, then in all likelihood free agency would have started at an earlier age, quite possibly the age of 28, like the players had initially demanded, Al. And because they gave up on that, they had to also give up on the free agency issue and lower that down a little bit.
All right,
the
let's
NHL
take a look
actually
at
offered
the
that.
second issue that we're going to be involved in on this. Another key issue is the rookie salary cap. There is, in effect, a cap to be applied to rookies who come in to this league. The numbers are going to vary depending on the year of the contract, but basically it's going to start at $850,000 and work up to $1.2 million by the year 2000. Your feelings on that, Darren?
Well, I think that right now that's a lot of money. I'm not sure, I'm not sure if and I should clarify, not every player that enters the National Hockey League is going to make folks $850,000 as a minimum. It's not going to happen. It really will affect the first 5 picks in any one of the amateur drafts. What we're seeing now, the drag on salaries, because the owners will not see the Eric Lindros situation with that kind of money, and that automatically is going to put a crimp on salaries, I think, in my opinion. Al?
Well, Darren, I think maybe Eric Lindros isn't the example. I think Brett Lindros is the example. You still can have major signing bonuses. There's going to be an agreed-upon parameters on both sides. But what they don't want to do is bonuses like Rick Meier in the NFL. You still can have huge bonuses for something like 20, 30 goals. You can go well over that 850 with your bonus clauses.
But
however,
Al, do they call them legitimate bonuses in the contract proposal?
They're legitimate bonuses, but legitimate, Darren, when you look at the overall scheme, 20 or 30 goals. If you're talking about the exceptional player like Lindros, had he stayed healthy, has a 50-goal season, plus you can have 50% bonuses in other things besides a performance bonus, you're still talking a huge number.
Now, the one that it looks as though the players gave a lot on is our third point, and that is the elimination of the Group 1 free agents, where there used to be a lot of people who had a restricted free agency right that no longer exists there.
Well, again, that's an automatic drag on salaries as well. Some of the good examples of Group 1 free agency was what happened with Brad May in the offseason. Scores 18 goals last year and signs for over $1 million with the Buffalo Sabres. Because of the position the Sabres were in, they developed this player. They wanted him. They had to offer him a lot of money. And Adam Graves in the past had also been a Group 1 free agency. And I know Al earlier, and Al, maybe you can make a comment on this. You had mentioned that quite possibly this wasn't that big of a sticking point. This was really done early on in the contract negotiations. Is that right?
Right. It was done early on. Basically, the players took it in something like this in all areas. Free agency like that, arbitration matters. Guys like Naslin, Marcus Naslin, Teemu Selanne, any instance like that, the NHL owners kind of took it away from them. It couldn't happen anymore.
All right, we've got a couple more points left, key points in the agreement. We'll come back and take a look at those when we return to Chicago. First intermission, Atlanta leading the Wolves 2-1.
Dear Midas, around 6 p.m., while driving with my kids, my brakes went out. I went to the nearest service station.
Gee, we're closed.
I went to another place.
Sorry.
Then I found Midas. Paul and Don said,
We wouldn't want you to drive your car home like this.
We'll fix it now.
That's what I call service. They even told us where to get some hot dogs. Thanks a million. Holly Rush.
You ready? Yes. I'm going to put something in front of you. I want you to tell me what you smell.
I have no idea. Well, my sense of smell isn't too great right now because I'm very stuffed up.
I have a nasal spray I want to give you.
Wow.
Now what do you smell?
That's an orange.
You got it. Curious about the product?
What is it? Tristan. Unbelievable.
Tristan 12-hour nasal spray.
Great. Man, I can breathe.
A luxury car is supposed to be powerful, comfortable, stylish, smooth, and expensive. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. The Nissan Altima. Now lease the Altima GXE for $239 a month, $1,250 down for 36 months.
Next up, the 1995 Air Show's Precision Jet with a double barrel.
And I thought their pizza was something.
They're spectacular in hot, mild, and now barbecue sauce. Call for any pizza and get a full order of our new chicken wings for $3.99. Gotta be
Welcome back to Chicago, everybody. Atlanta leading this one 2-1 in International Hockey League action. Back with our fourth point to be covered in the agreement. It is about arbitration. There is still arbitration. There is, however, a new walkaway right for the owners. What we have here, in order for players to qualify for arbitration, they either have to be 25 years old or 5 years of NHL play, basically. The owners, however, even after going to arbitration, are going to have the right to walk away from 3 agreements every 2 years if they wish. Al Morganti, what do you think?
Well, basically, that's, I don't want him, you can have him, he's too much for me. And
Arthur Godfrey, all right.
The guy gets a chance to get away, and this was an owner's win in this case where the arbitration ruling doesn't go in their favor, whatever. Also in that arbitration process, you can no longer use free agent types as a proposal that you can say, hey, look, a comparable. You couldn't use Scott Stevens, for example, as a comparable anymore. They've kind of cut down on what you could use as comparables. They've got big wins here.
And for the players too, Al, in that respect, a win or loss sort of thing, the players still have a safety net there. If indeed they lose arbitration or what have you, the team still has a right to come back at not a lower salary, at the salary that they were offered before. So I think the players at least have a safety net in that situation.
The final point we want to cover is the reopener. This contract is a 6-year deal. However, at the end of the 4th year, either side can reopen this, Darren.
And the key to that, too, is in the 4th year, the age is 31 on that agreement. A lot of players were upset thinking that the owners are going to open it up by the time it gets to 31, and there won't be an age of 31. But indeed, they have 1 year at that anyway under the terms of this agreement.
Al?
I just hope in 4 years I'm not standing here in this same lobby as they reopen this thing. I think the issue was, hey, if the NHL has the right, we're going to have the right also. And the fact that the NHL wanted this so badly, this reopening, tells you how nervous the owners were that they signed an agreement that they couldn't control themselves under this one. That's what you have to remember. The owners aren't thrilled with this thing. I think for as long as they burn the midnight oil here getting this done, they're burning it longer in St. Louis trying to figure out how to get around it and spend money.
Good point. Always a good point, Alan. You've been doing a marvelous job. And I mean, I think in terms of the walkaway, I think Al's really knocked it all down. And I agree with Al. I think we should all go in and get our contracts done in year 3 and make sure we're covered for year 4.
A good idea. And as Harry Sinden said, we're still as owners out there alone. If we don't hold ourselves in check, there is still nothing in this agreement that is a cap or that ends up sending monies to franchises that are struggling.
Safe to say, Al and Gary, that both sides have given up an awful lot. Let's get the game back, market it properly, get the fans back in the buildings.
Al Morganti, you've done a magnificent job. Thanks very much for you and your crew in New York and all the work you've done on the coverage. Second period coming up when we come back. The Atlanta Knights leading the Chicago Wolves here in Chicago 2-1. Second period face-off when we come back.
Do you forget everything if you don't write it down? Well, you need MemoMate, the new electronic notepad that's as fast as you speak.
Don't forget your 2 o'clock appointment.
And it never forgets.
Don't forget your 2 o'clock appointment.
New microchip technology makes MemoMate smaller than a business card and featherweight.
Honey, don't forget to pick up the kids at 4.
It's great for busy schedules, too.
Don't forget to pick up the kids at 4.
Put it on your key ring and you'll remember everything.
Blue section, row 15.
You can use it to remember where you parked.
Blue section, row 15.
Or use it to remember directions.
Right on Oak Street.
You need a MemoMate.
Right on Oak Street, left on...
This microchip technology could cost you $199. But now, get MemoMate for just $19.95. So don't forget, call now. Don't forget, call now.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-367-2400. The incredible MemoMate is just $19.95. Call now, 1-800-367-2400.
Extreme Games 101. Class begins Sunday at 7:30 on ESPN2.
24 seconds remaining on the power play for Chicago. Atlanta leading it by a score of 2-1 on 2 power play goals that they picked up in that first period. And Chicago still with a chance to knot it up. Gene Ubriaco behind the bench for the Wolves' first year in the eye. Talking to us, and we're listening to him. He's got the mic on. All right, we're ready to go here in the second period. There you see second period, Chicago outscored almost 2-1 now.
9 goals in 18 home games. I mean, truly, it hasn't been necessarily team defense in their own bill, and it's been a lot of the offense part, and they're slowly trying to pick that up, obviously.
Chicago's tied with Fort Wayne for the fewest home wins in the International Hockey League thus far this season. They come back on the power play, however, on the far side. Courtney comes off the boards. Crowley sends it to Courtney. Courtney going into the corner with it, and the power play is over. So they do not convert. Full strength. Just off the bench, tipping it away was Aaron Gavey. And behind the play, Jason Ruff took a hit. I did not see who or how.
No, I didn't either. Now, Jason Ruff, the last time we did a game here on the Deuce, he was injured in that contest. He will be one of 2 Atlanta Knights that will be represented in the All-Star Game festivities that they have. They'll be out in Las Vegas, Nevada. Looks like it's up around his forehead area. Former #1 draft pick of the St. Louis Blues.
No call on this, as it was well behind the play, and I don't think anybody official-wise on the ice saw what happened.
And even as sharp as we are, we might have missed
it. You're right, and we did. Kevin McGuire, our referee tonight. Jay Jacobs and Steve Campbell are the linesmen working with him. And the faceoff comes outside the line as they stopped it for the injury. Sent in deep by Tim Berglund. Berglund out there on a line with Davidson and Breslin. The only goal scored by Chicago. Lee Davidson picked it up, shot in. Save made Wendell Young. Rebound came out deep to Courtney. And Courtney starts it up ice. Courtney is one of the most improved players on the Chicago team, according to Gene Ubriaco. He has come along and played very well. 26 years old at 27 goals. Playing in Kansas City last year. They didn't get a lot of production out of him to start the season, but he's picked the pace up. This is going to be an icing call on Atlanta on the touch-up at the far end as we're just underway here in the second.
Well, we'll talk about the coaching staff of both these clubs quite often. Gene Ubriaco. Gene, are you listening to me right now? Gene, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, partner. Anything you talked about that we should know about in that first period?
Well, we certainly talked about penalty killing, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, 2 for 2 on the power play. That's a killer.
Yeah, we didn't do a very good job, but hopefully next time we'll be ready for it.
Okay.
A little intense down there. Face-off coming to the right of Mike Greenlay, the 27-year-old netminder who watches that one come to the near side. First period power play goals. Peter Ferraro's 11th at 3:26. Gavey has been given the assist on that now. Knocked away and held on to by Greenlay. Miller at 11:53 for Atlanta from Gretzky made it 2-0. And Davis got his 13th of the year. Breslin and Berglund at 12:42.
One of the things that the Chicago Wolves have done so well is obviously getting a marquee player. The Chicago Wolves acquired Al Secord, who hadn't been playing professional hockey for 4 years. Although he attended the Ottawa Senators camp just 2 camps ago and was one of their best conditioned athletes, he is always commended time and time again as the hardest trainer, both on and off the ice. And according to many, he's in better shape today than 10 years ago. Al Secord, a former 2-time 50-goal scorer for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Save made by Greenlay. He's only 36 years old. He's got a long, long career ahead.
His work ethic is next to none. I had a chance to be with him when I was in the Blackhawks. Just a true inspiration. How hard he works. It's incredible.
Dug out and brought up ice by Colin Miller. Miller trying to move in on the far side, got dropped down by Sean Rivers. Rivers, who lost his stick, couldn't do anything with the puck. Atlanta, let's see if they can convert on this one. Centering pass is blocked and sent away as Gretzky had gotten set up in front. Gretzky has played a strong game for Atlanta. Derek Mayer coming back to get it. Gretzky has struggled this season for them. He's picked up 4 goals, 11 assists, playing at a -8 on the year. Sent all the way around by Chicago and ends up rolling out of the zone. Secord couldn't get to it. On the far side, Sean Rivers coming back to get it. It'll be touched up for the icing call on Atlanta.
Good look at Sean Rivers right there from Ottawa, Ontario. Pretty excited. The folks in Canada who've seen this on TSN, from what I understand, Gary.
Yes, indeed. All across Canada, delighted to have you with us. You think they're excited about getting hockey back? NHL hockey?
Well, I guess everybody there is very excited, and I'm still concerned with the response that the fans are going to give the players, and I think that should be the #1 concern of every one of the National Hockey League teams, to do what the IHL does, make a great effort in getting fans out and marketing their team.
Massachusetts native Ted Crowley, 24 years old, played at Boston College, U.S. Olympic team, and Hartford last year. Not a lot of games with Hartford, obviously, since he was in the Olympic program. Set play to the point, shot, the save made by Greenlay, who has looked quick. Crowley got that shot off. That's the play he was setting up. There he is with the puck. Crowley, 4th pro season, sliding across ice. Tim Breslin went into the boards over there. Played back by Aaron Gavey. Gavey got it up. Campo on the near side. Campo coming with Ferraro. Pass knocked away. Gavey had it locked up in his skates. And the Wolves able to get it back out through center. Can't control, though.
Offside.
Campo again. Dino Briaco wanting to do a little officiating in there on the far side as he was hollering out offside. Harkins had it and lost it.
All right. Head up.
And back on the attack, head up. He was hollering to Gavey. Gavey the return pass. Takes the shot. Deflected in front. Did not end up on net. Got blocked out deep. All the way over to the near side where Lee Davidson was able to clear it out through center. Davidson with Breslin and Berglund. They'll change it up. Chris Nelson will chase it down for Atlanta. Nelson behind his own net. 25-year-old out of Philadelphia. Played at Erie in the East Coast Hockey League last season. He just waited behind the net. Nobody picked it up, so he sent it out to center. Checking game picked up about halfway through that first period for both these teams. We saw a lot of center ice play. Shot save made off the blocker on Berglund. Berglund had a good chance there, and Mike Greenlay solid as it was headed up over his right shoulder. Dumped in by Gavey. Played there by Wendell Young. Both teams were changing it up on the fly that time. Into the zone came Gretzky. Put the check on. Puck left behind the net for Wiseman. Wiseman tried to clear it up to the points. Drulia was there, and Drulia clears it out of the zone. Eric Dubois on defense for Atlanta. Chased down by Kemper. Chicago trying to work it up ice. Finally just had to kick it out of the zone. Mayer was there. Mayer sent it in. 2-on-1 chance. Intended in the middle for Ferraro, and it never got there. Chris Ferraro was alone in the middle. The pass never got to him. Good opportunity, though. See that checking game of Nelson and Mayer. Mayer in the puck on the near side, taken away from him by Secord. Secord and Mayer did battle. Peterson took his man down. Greenway played it off to Drulia. And Drulia gets it up ice for Jason Ruff. Ruff all right. He went off after being hit in the eye. He's right back out taking his regular shift. In the corner, Chris Ferraro. Ferraro got pinned up. Puck freed up to the near side point. Shot blocked into the corner. As Dubois had the opportunity, centering pass, nobody was there. Sandrulia shot it through, but all the black and blue jerseys had left the zone. Send it again for Ferraro, intercepted by Secord. Secord will play it back in his own end. So good checking continues here. 6 minutes into this second period in Chicago, where the visiting Knights have the 2-1 lead, and this will be an icing call as LaPuma goes back on the touch-up. 2-1 Atlanta.
MCI customers, could this be you talking?
I expected a lower bill. I didn't get it.
I expected that my bill would go down, and it didn't go down.
People dropped out in my circle that I didn't know had dropped out because they weren't happy with what the savings were.
With MCI Friends and Family, you don't save on calls to people outside your circle.
Friends and Family doesn't work at all because no one would switch for me.
I think that's the core part of the problem with the MCI program.
If you want to save on calls to everyone, switch to AT&T for true USA savings. Spend $25 a month and save 20% to anyone, anytime, anywhere in the U.S. guaranteed. Call 1-800-PIC-ATT.
Yeah, anyone, anytime. That's it.
This is like to the point, 20% for anybody.
In fact, 4 out of 5 users of MCI Friends and Family Basic would save more with AT&T True USA savings. Call 1-800-PIC-ATT. Switch for free.
I've tried something else. I'm going back home. I'm going to stick with AT&T. Your true voice.
Well, Mick Kemper made a pretty good defensive play on a 2-on-1. One of the snipers for the Atlanta Knights, Dan Drulia. Now we're going to take a look, a perfect 2-on-1. Now right here, freeze it right here. He's got 2 choices, fire that puck or make a pass. He decides, roll it right there. And you see Drulia tries to make the perfect pass, but Kemper, nice play with his stick to poke check it away and nullifies a pretty good scoring chance by Atlanta.
Hate to give up those odd man rushes and not get a shot off it. Face-off won by Chicago. Bob Nardello, the D, clearing it around the boards. Sent up ice, deflected into the zone. Chicago can't control. LaPuma put the big hit on. Nardella tried to knock it down. Goes off the linesman onto the Chicago bench.
Kemper, meanwhile, his 3rd game of a 3-game tryout. But, you know, on that play as well, Drulia is a right-hand shot. And he can probably move in. If he weights it up a little bit, he can move in. But the key to it was Ferraro's a right-hand shot as well. So if he gets the puck at the right time, he's got an easy one-timer. So that's what even made that play that much more darn special.
Very good shot. Out of Duluth, Minnesota. There you see Mick Kemper, a rookie who played at Stevens Point for those 4 years of Division III college hockey, but they like him here, 24 years old. Chicago signed, Gino Baracco was telling me this morning, only 17 players. Because of the lockout in the National Hockey League, they didn't want to take a chance on not having people stay. So they just signed 17, and the rest have been here on 10 or 3-day tryouts. Our Pringle storyline from Chicago looks like this. Atlanta 2 for 2 on the power play. Ferraro Peter has picked up his 2nd goal in the last 8 games. And Davidson getting it on for Chicago. 4 points in 2 games versus Chicago this year for Lee Davidson. That's our Pringle storyline here at the Rosemont Horizon Arena. Delighted to have you with us here on the Deuce. And National Hockey League action should be returning to both ESPN and the Deuce next Thursday or Friday, but it looks as though Friday will be the day. They are meeting in New York. The National Hockey League officials are to get the schedule put together. Colin Miller works it in. It's going to be interesting because this season, with a shortened schedule of 48 games, teams are only going to play in their conference. They will not play interconference games until the Stanley Cup final. Intercepted by Colin Miller. Miller trying to lead it up ice. Gavey will not have a chance, and neither will Yves Hérault, as it's going to be covered up by Clark. Hérault's a veteran and a fine scorer on this team. 29 years old. He's been around 9 years of pro hockey. Had 28 goals, 30 assists with Indianapolis last season.
One of the things Gino Baracco has been saying on his bench, get a shot. Here's the situation. You might have heard his voice in the background. A 3-on-2. Somebody go to the net, fire it at the net, get a shot, do it basic, do whatever you have to do.
Near the end of a shift, guys. We got to move the puck, man. Come Come on now. Put it on the net. Come on now, boys. Attaboy, Bree.
That just about finished my thought right there.
Just what he was saying this morning. He says what we're not doing, we're not driving the net, we're not getting the puck there enough.
We ought to have people going.
Thank you.
Hey.
There you go, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Yes.
Gary, why don't you come down here? You're doing a good job.
Gene, you know what you got to do. If you only could go out and do it yourself, right? Ferraro fakes, got him down, and didn't get the shot off. It's covered up. He could not get it to sit on the end of the stick. He had the goaltender Wendell Young down on the belly and tried desperately to pick it up, and it wouldn't go.
The puck just really did roll off the tape of Peter Ferraro. And again, we talk about how important it is. Now again, he's a right-hand shot, so he's got plenty of room to go on the forehand. Look at that. Little wee move, and then he's forced to the outside. The puck rolls. Look, Wendell Young is just sprawling there, and he's getting the paddle of his stick along the ice, just hoping, just very desperate. Right here, a good challenge, one-on-one, and he has room to keep going. And you see the defenseman right there. Gordie Roberts comes sliding across. Gordie always wants to help out those goaltenders. You got to love the wily old veteran, Gordie Roberts. He's on about his 300th year of professional hockey, it seems like.
Amazing. He has played 1,097 National Hockey League games.
Credit to him and how he keeps himself in shape and the attitude he brings to the table.
Gordie Roberts, the first American-born player to go over 1,000 NHL games. How about this? Prior to this year, Gordie Roberts had played a total of 6 minor league games.
Prior to this year?
Entire life.
Oh,
prior to this year, 6 games in the minors. And here he is back playing here full-time for as long as he can, as far as he's concerned. Third back out, Chicago. Atlanta leading this game 2-1. Courtney had it in the zone, centering pass blocked, and Cross picks it up. Cross gets the return pass, 3-on-3 now. Wraparound shot, save made by Wendell Young as he deflected it. Courtney behind his own net, dumped it off. And the Wolves trying to get it out, can. Save made. Wendell Clark again, Wendell Young again. I'm going to call him Wendell Clark about 10 times tonight. I just know that. Played back by Mayer. Mayer dropped it off. 2-on-1 chance. Shot, and that one deflected wide. Good setup by Ferraro. The shot went wide by Jason Ruff. Rebounded, a nice save by Young. Backhand. Trulia goes right through the middle and played on the far side by Secord. Secord brings it out for the Wolves, who'll change it up. Dumped in. Greenway. Greenway leaves it behind the net for Mayer. Mayer had nobody here on the near side. Break for the Wolves, able to hold it into Secord, was there, again deflected, right through the middle. Greenway had to go down on that one. The Wolves chance again from the point, bounces off a skate right out in front. The 2 good chances for Chicago. Ferraro centering pass, stolen, sent back through the middle by Rivers. Now it heats up a little bit. A few more open-ended plays here. Peter Ferraro got it up ice. Rough back shot, Trulia deflected. D down on the ice to block that one. And it comes back to the point. The Pumas shot goes wide into the corner. Ruff going back after it, beaten to the puck, but they don't get it out of the zone yet. Chicago does now. Brought up near side. Harkins. Harkins center. The tip wasn't had. Shot save made by Greenway. The trailer wide open and a good hard shot along the ice. Greenway the save and an icing call here. Atlanta still leading at 2-1 in the second.
Look, I appreciate the fact that fast food is fairly inexpensive.
Only 99 cents.
I know it's convenient and all that, but if I'm gonna give you 99 of my cents, you're gonna have to give me more than just some burger. I mean, is it a Whopper? Is it flame broil or is it fried? Can I get it how I want it?
Your way.
Or am I gonna be scraping gobs of secret sauce off the bun? I mean, I can get a roll of duct tape for 99 cents. Doesn't mean I want to make it my lunch.
The 99-cent Whopper, now at Burger King.
Oh, my son, the graduate. So, Nikki, any plans now that high school's over?
You know, it's gonna work for me. Not if you're smart.
You know what I think you should do? Stay close to home. You got plenty of time to work. Take the first thing that comes along there.
Give Anthony a call. So what are you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna study nuclear propulsion for satellite navigation. In the Navy.
Oh, great.
Way to go, Nikki. For more information on the high-tech skills that can help launch a career, call 1-800-USA-NAVY.
We got running around.
Atlanta Knights, Mike Greenway in the net, born in Brazil. Maybe the only player to have that distinction around hockey right now in the pro ranks in North America, as his dad was a man who worked in very many countries. If I remember right, was an engineer. Straight down the middle and a save made. Again, Wendell Young. Boy, what a pump shot that was by Yves Hérault, and he's got a great shot. Hérault was left wide open that time in the high slot area. Deflected up to the near side point. They hold it in behind the net to Miller. Colin Miller flinging around, couldn't find any room, but Chicago will ice it. Well, no, they won't.
I don't think the goaltender had to play that. If it goes through the crease before crossing the red line, then that nullifies icing. Looked like that might have been skirting wide. Oh, like that one.
Almost playing goaltender to goaltender here. They're in a hurry. We're midway through the second period. Chicago coming back, but it's a 2-on-3 situation. Centering pass ended up in on net. Greenlane knocked it away. Turn around Nardella. Nardella, the D's, got some room. Drops it and heads to the net. Looking in front, Malte. Malte in. Wiseman and Courtney on the line with him. Malte couldn't handle that one.
You're going to probably hear Gene tell the guys again. I mean, anytime that puck's around that area, around the perimeter, just fired at the net, we had a little bit of pressure there.
Cross moved up to take it away. Cross has played a very strong game. Carey Cross, 23 years old, out of Alberta. On the far side, Berglund. Berglund chasing to the corner, avoiding the check. Nelson picked up the puck.
Attaboy, attaboy. Way to go, Whizzer. You got it, you got it.
Whizzer is Wiseman, who had it behind the net momentarily. Malte came back to help out. Pushed up to the near side point. Save made again by Greenlay. He's come up with some big saves here. Kemper that time was open and took it. Cross again, and that one tipped away as Gavey reached out for it. Trying to catch him changing down the middle. Wiseman, a shot. Never got in on net. Blocked out by Nelson, and he puts a big hit on him. Nelson has played a strong game. That's a good combo. Chris Nelson and Corey Cross. They played some tough D. Ferraro drops it back to Gavey. Gavey's shot partially blocked. Will end up as a souvenir. Atlanta with 2 power play goals in the first period, maintaining a 1-goal lead here in the second.
If you play ice, roller, or street hockey, then check out this special offer from Hockey Player, the magazine for those who play. Each issue is packed with what you need to get the most out of playing the world's fastest team sport. Interviews with NHL stars and coaches, playing tips from the pros, equipment reviews, conditioning drills, new products, and more. Dial 1-800-652-0101 to subscribe. Order with Visa or MasterCard and receive your free bonus gift, 101 hockey tips. This booklet is a must-have source of winning-edge hockey secrets. Subscribe to Hockey Player and improve every aspect of your game with special columns and departments for goalies, defensemen, forwards, coaches, and more. So whether you play on the ice or in the street, call 1-800-652-0101 and get ready to score. To subscribe, call 1-800-652-0101. A year subscription of 10 issues is only $15.95. Order now with Visa or MasterCard and receive your free gift, 101 hockey tips. That's 1-800-652-0101.
Our coverage of the Eye will continue tomorrow night here in the Deuce as Minnesota takes on Houston, 2 teams in the Central Division of the Western Conference, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific tomorrow on the Deuce. More of the Eye. Gary Thorne, Darren Pang with you here. Face-off one back to Peterson. Deflected wide on the shot. Seen a lot of chances taken from the point in this game. Atlanta likes to gun it in, try and get the tip. That one deflected down low by Jason Ruff. Ruff lost it, played by Davidson. Brown, but not out. Shot. Save made. Young knocked that one down. I'm not sure if it was going to be on net, but he wasn't going to take a chance. He reached up with a blocker and batted it away. Chicago with a puck, trailing this game by a score of 2-1, intercepted by Derek Mayer. Mayer circling back in his own end. The Wolves change it up. Back through center, Ferraro. Sends it wide side, looking in the middle for Ruff. Ferraro picks up the loose puck and then got pinned up and lost it. Sean Rivers, who's played a lot of D here tonight out of Ontario, just 23 years old, his 3rd pro season, and offside. Almost a trip on the near side. There is Sean Rivers. He's a prospect. He played with Atlanta last year and was their 2nd leading defenseman in scoring. 6 goals and 30 assists. Now he's here in Chicago.
Well, one of the things, really, when you look at him and you look at his game, I mean, one of his assets that he's going to bring to the table is the fact that he has quick feet. He's 185 pounds, probably on 5'10". Very fast, very smooth, and his abilities are as a heads-up kind of player, moves the puck, doesn't get overly physical, and that's why you got McDonald, number 19, paired with him. They complement each other very well.
It's been a very quiet game as far as the penalties are concerned thus far because the pace has been very quick. There's Kevin McDonald sending that one in. Intercepted right back out. Hérault
Don't forget, Atlanta played last night as well. I mean, they lost to the Minnesota Moose. The Moose seem to have their number. Last night, 4 goals disallowed by the Atlanta Knights. In one game, you believe that? 4 goals.
They'll be calling for an instant replay rule.
That's right. But I would have expected the Wolves, who've had 3 days off, to come out really flying at the Atlanta Knights. But really, they haven't really had that. They've had a solid game, but again, their demise has been the fact they haven't been able to put the puck in the net.
Chicago lost on Saturday against Peoria 2-1. Atlanta's lost their last 2. With Chicago coming off that last loss, having won before that. Batted up in the air by Nelson on the far side. Chicago trying to control, and they do at center, but it's tough coming through that middle ice area right now. Flipped into the corner. Back for it, Harkins. Harkins sends it around far side. Rivers stepped up. Rivers held it back in. Harkins looking to the middle. Players down in the crease, in fact, as a battle goes on. The centering pass, nobody was up and able to handle that one. A lot of people down on that play. Yves Haro will just feather that one into the zone as Atlanta will change it up. A 2-1 Atlanta lead, 6:35 to go in the second period. And they get away with an errant pass. Gavey finally picks it up. And Aaron Gavey had to wait for players to get back in behind him, so they will just dump it into the zone. Rod Harkins, as we said, the leading scorer for this team, wants to play around in front of the net. Greenlay goes back to get it. Cross there. Very Cross, big tall defenseman. They don't connect on the pass. Another icing call coming up on Atlanta. As it bounces off the side of the net, Crowley came back to get it.
Come on, team.
Take a look at these standings in the, first of all, in the Northern Division. You see Chicago with 41 points. They've been at just about 500 all season long. Kalamazoo got off to a great start and still playing some very good hockey in that Northern Division. In the Central, Milwaukee on top. They've been the #1 team in the eye virtually all year long. You see Atlanta there with 39 points. The Turner Cup champions trying to repeat, a very tough thing to do. Last team to do it was back in '88, the last time a team defended successfully the cup.
Is that Muskegon? Muskegon Lumberjacks?
Yeah.
Right?
And Gene Ubriaco back behind the bench. Boy, he has been around.
Go right back, huh?
17th pro season as a coach. Milwaukee, Baltimore, Washington, Birmingham, Atlanta, NHL Pittsburgh, and a couple of those cities a couple of times with different leagues. Baltimore, one of them. Shot deflected up in the air, Berglund, and coming down with a rebound is Mike Greenlay.
That's a pretty good leap right there. Now, you do a lot of baseball games.
He's going to kill himself.
I was going to say, I'm not sure if that was worth it. I would have had to jump out. I'd probably hit my head on the crossbar on the way up, I'm pretty sure. He's 6'4". He was able to corral it here. As you see something Gene Ubriaco was telling him, hey, fellas, shoot the puck when you get a chance. So Greenlay decides to go up and at him and covers up and gets a whistle. Not a bad thing to do on the road anyway. Getting the whistle, slowing down this pace.
See the numbers he has put up this season for Mike Greenlay with Atlanta. Greenlay behind the net. Pumps that one around near side. The tip comes up to the point. Drulia trying to race out of the zone. Got away. Moving in, Stan Drulia is a shooter. And good coverage by the Wolves as they get back. Nice play by Brian Wiseman. Wiseman on the coverage that time as the forward dropped back playing D. Drulia moves around the pick, hanging on a little bit. Drulia is truly a wily veteran. He knows just how to tug just enough to get the advantage and not get the call and take advantage of it. Malte brought in on the near side and just dumped around the net. Centered Wiseman, intercepted. A lot of ice time for Derek Mayer in this game as he and Nelson have been out there together. Cleared out by Jason Rupp. Knocked down. Both teams trying to get changes underway here. Near side. Shot deflected wide in the corner off Tim Breslin's stick. Played around by Nelson and out of the zone. Wave off any icing.
That was a good block by Mayer. Really, he had to do a nice job of getting himself down and leave that 1 foot dangling.
2-on-1 chance in the middle. Rivers cutting. Save made. No rebound. Hung on to by Greenlay.
Get it done. Get it started. Get it up.
Do you know how much sprinkles you got? More from this can than you thought. Fill the bowl from a Pringles can. Got as much as this bag. Amazing, man. Can you believe how much Pringles you got? So pop the Pringles, don't stop. Get the great taste you want, not the greasy mess this bag got. Pringles, once you pop, so much more than you ever thought. You can't stop.
What now?
Who's Etienne?
Who cares? Come on.
Etienne fix everything.
Who's Etienne?
He's Camel repairman.
What?
He's a mechanic.
You're kidding.
Hope he takes Visa. Oh, he does.
Visa Gold can get you cash more places worldwide than any other card, even American Express.
Etienne fix everything.
Visa Gold.
John Paris Jr. behind the bench for Atlanta, second year there. Replaced Ubiarco with 17 games left last year, and then the team went on to become the Trinity Cup champion. Oh, hit the post! Greenley had that one go by him on the shot off the draw that would have tied it up. And a little ping on that one, and that was it. Sent around near side of Brent Gretzky, couldn't control along the boards. Chicago down 2-1, having the chance right there. Greenley came out, didn't play that very well, but Gretzky was there, and Gretzky didn't get it out of the zone. Gretzky comes back, knocks it away in control. Chance for a 3-on-2 break. Gretzky moving it in. Chris Cross comes back to center. So they lose the opportunity.
And Gretzky was just unable to get the blue line. One of the keys to a player like Gretzky, like Brent, is to get the blue line, then make a play, wait for some guys to come up, very similar to what Wayne does so well. But a good move by the Wolves in standing up at the blue line, taking that away.
Colin Miller moving it in, dumps it off for Gretzky. Gretzky behind the net, centered it, hit the side of the net, still sitting, and wisely just swept out of the zone. Pushed ahead by Gillingham, Todd Gillingham. He's the spare forward tonight for Chicago. We've seen him 2 or 3 shifts out there thus far as they dress 3 lines, the 6D, and then have the extra forward skating tonight. Chicago out of their own end, Todd Harkins, perhaps their fastest skater, wearing 26 in white. Dumped into the zone, Cross there to get it. Corey Cross, the D, will start it up. Cross with Ferraro joining. Goes right side with that one and missed wide on the big wrap-up shot by Jeff Tom. Centering pass. Down low, no one's got control. Kick behind the net by Breslin. Breslin and Gavey do battle. Rivers came over. Chicago trying to get it out, can't. Nelson stepped up to hold it in. Good play by Chris Nelson again. Impressive game, making right decisions. Campo on the near side for Atlanta got that down deep. Cross steps up again, puts the check on, but the puck rolls out the center. And Campo will come back to get it. Christian Campo, both teams want to make changes here. We'll get to do it here as Wendell Young had to play that one. Both teams midway through a shift. Harkins the trailer, Rivers cuts it in. Rivers sends it to the corner. Al Secord going after it. Secord's pass lost to Drulia. Drulia clears it up. Couldn't be played by Peter Ferraro. Ferraro 9th among the rookie scorers in the International Hockey League this season. Broken up Ruff. Ruff's pass off the boards. Nobody as Drulia did not continue skating down along the boards.
Don't follow a bad pass.
You hear Vinu Briaco.
Yeah. He's saying, you know what he's saying is there was a bad heads-up pass. It was sort of rolling, not on the tape. And that player, Mick Kemper, tried to follow it up and join in the play when really had no chance. And I think that's what Gene, and Gene, maybe you can clarify that as well. You're explaining it to your defenseman, Mick Kemper, if it's a bad pass, don't go up in the play and leave yourself vulnerable. Is that right?
Well, sure, and then he's going at him at a funny angle. He didn't have a chance to get to recover there. And then Gordy Roberts was left all alone. They make one good pass across. The guy was in. Yeah, you try to get him that. You follow up on the good plays. On the bad plays, you start going horizontally. You go vertically when you make a good pass, you go directly ahead, and then horizontally when you make the pass you're not sure of. Then you see the play goes ahead, then you move ahead.
Hey, Gene, I'm only a goalie. This vertical and horizontal, you're killing me.
I know.
You're way above him, Gene. Played in behind the net by Derek Mayer. We're down to a minute 48 left to go in the second period. Atlanta leading 2-1. No scoring here in the second. 2 power play goals in the first had given Atlanta a 2-0 lead. Davidson came back and made it 2-1. Bad pass broken up. Drulia centered it. Ferraro the shot. And a getaway with the errant play as it's set out. Good play by Wendell Young. Another cough up right in the slot. But Atlanta couldn't convert.
You know, I think from our angle it was tough to see, but I think Wendell got his mitt on that, didn't he? Leaning sort of towards his right, but he left that left paw out there. And it's Chris Ferraro that's going to get the puck off an errant shot by Drulia. And you see, yeah, he sure did. He dragged that left side and got a big pillow on it as well. Tremendous save by the veteran NHLer, Wendell Young. One of the things about Wendell Young, you know, he's very conservative in his movement out there. And And you know, a lot of goalies make shots look difficult, but Wendell really does a nice job of staying up there and holding his ground and being patient. Again, a turnover by by the Wolves to Atlanta. Drulia's had a tough time getting shots off. That one was blocked, but this is a point-blank chance by Chris Ferraro and nullified on a very, very good save by Wendell Young.
The Ferraro twins out there, and Wendell Young's had to deny both tonight out of Nova Scotia. 32-year-old veteran, and Paris Smile with a lead here, only by one, though.
Scott Gordon on the right, a veteran NHL goaltender. We'll spend some time anyway with the Quebec Nordiques and giving it a try at the coaching ranks.
Great opportunity for him in Atlanta. The shot blitzed over the head of Young into the seats. Set play right off the draw. You see the time remaining in the second period. We'll have a Sports Smash coming up, all the day's news in sports, and we'll continue our coverage of the National Hockey League lockout, which looks as though it will be ending. The teams are voting. Each player has a right to vote on the proposal. Player representatives today recommending to the players that they approve it. If they do, probably the NHL will start a week from Friday.
I think as Al Morgani told us, until the probable is out of there, it's going to happen, but you know, I still believe, and I'm not being cautious by saying this, but it's going to be way closer than what people think when they finally tally them up. Don't forget, it's a private ballot, though, and I think that means something as well.
Yeah, sure does. Nardella brings it in, dropped it, centering pass, tipped, and goes to the corner. Good 3-on-2 opportunity right there, set up by Nardella, who led the charge. Chicago with a minute left to go in the period, trying to get it tied up. Ruff will drop it off, and Atlanta brings it back the other way. There have been some chances. Cut in front, shot, and another save by Wendell Young. Drulia again. Stan Drulia got by the D and got off a backhand shot. Ferraro sends it back for Drulia. Nardella trying to tie him up. Drulia centering pass, blocked by Wendell Young. Played in the corner by Atlanta, holding it in. Jason Ruff right to the front of the net where they wanted to go, but it didn't get there. And they send it out.
I can't believe that Chicago would lay back like that and give a player, especially the caliber of Stan Drulia, late in a period when they fought so hard to make this, you know, get back into this sucker, and yet they let him walk in all alone, get on the backhand, and Wendell Young has to come up with a pretty good save on the short side.
Cleared up with 3 seconds left to go. Rivers has it. He'll take the shot from center. Glove save by Greenlay, and we've completed 2 here in Chicago. Gene Ubriaco's delighted us tonight. We
hold it, hold it here, guys.
The ability to not only mic him and hear him, but talk to us. Gene, give us a 2-period assessment on your club. Gene? I don't think Gene can hear us. He's holding his team up. They'll go off last year, being the home team. Well, we tried, and he did get on air. And we've got a period to go. Sports Smash coming up. All the day's highlights in sports news and scores. Knights lead this one 2-1.
During my last physical, I asked my doctor to recommend something for a headache. He said 2 Advil relieve tough headache pain better than 2 extra-strength Tylenol gel caps. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Nothing's been proven to last longer than Advil.
Stop doing those crazy diets. Just follow my plan.
Go,
you don't
baby.
have to starve yourself.
Go,
you don't
baby.
have to
You gotta bring it in where you want to go. Just 4 short hours a day and you'll look like me.
If you want to be a star like me, all you have to do is work out.
Aren't you tired of all the hype and fitness fads? Well, turn off the hype and turn to a name you can trust, Nordic Track. Nordic Track isn't a fitness fad. It's the proven leader in home fitness for 19 years. And it's known as the world's best aerobic exerciser.
I had bypass surgery several years ago, and after which the doctor said, your problem is you need to exercise. The doctor was very, very direct about it. He said of all the machines you could get, the best one would be Nordic Track.
Unlike other exercisers, Nordic Track gives you a total body workout that emphasizes all the major muscle groups. A more effective workout that raises your metabolism fast and burns more calories.
It helped me to lose the weight that I wanted to lose, and I feel better than I've ever felt before in my life. And it's the Nordic Track that did that for me. My wife says I look better than I ever have, and I feel better than I ever have.
Hundreds of thousands trust Nordic Track to help lose weight and keep it off. In fact, after 5 years, 7 out of 10 people still use their Nordic Track regularly. They've discovered that the hype of fancy diet programs and cheap fitness equipment don't give lasting results.
After I work out, I feel incredible. I feel good about myself.
You have a better image about yourself. It relieves stress. Oh, it's just incredible to feel good and to know that you look good.
Whether you want to lose weight, manage stress, improve cardiovascular health, or simply look and feel your best, Nordic Track is the clear choice. Plus, 2 major consumer publications rate 4 Nordic Track models the best. So you make the choice. Hype, hot air, empty promises, or Nordic Track. Don't settle for less than America's best. Call now for your free video and brochure.
Hi there, Bill Peter with the Smash. Hope you're enjoying the hockey game right here on the Deuce. We have late news now concerning Miami football coach Dennis Erickson. ESPN's Chris Mortensen says Erickson has signed a 5-year deal to become the head coach of Seattle. Before the Orange Bowl, Erickson said he was going to stay at Miami. So much for that. Erickson is a Seattle native who replaces Tom Flores. The official announcement expected Thursday. Erickson has been the coach at Miami for 6 years. He has never before coached in the National Football League. And as we watch the IHL, we wait for the NHL. The Executive Committee of the Players Association approves the owner's final offer. Final offer. The union membership now has until noon Friday to approve the deal, and no problem is expected. It's a 48-game schedule that will begin sometime next week. Here are some of the key parts of that deal and the key issue: free agency. Players who are 32 are free for the first 3 years of the contract. Players who are 31 are free for the last 3 years of the deal, and either side can scrap the whole thing after 4 of the 6-year agreement. Training camps will open after the players vote, and the training camps will not be long. On now to college basketball. UConn down by 15 at the half, comes back to beat Pitt. The Huskies without Donnie Marshall tonight, and it showed. Marshall got thrown out of Sunday's game against St. John's. Arkansas wins. Corliss Williamson 24. Arkansas is now 23-0 at the Bud Walton Arena. Georgia Tech and North Carolina. First half, Jerry Stackhouse reverse jam, and then Stackhouse the alley-oop to Rasheed Wallace. Wallace had 22. Second half, Tech down 16, trying to come back. Travis Best with a nifty move, but Stackhouse with the gorgeous shot. He had 23, and Carolina wins 86-75. Stackhouse, by the way, leads the ACC in scoring, close to 22 points a game. The last Tar Heel to lead the conference in scoring, times up, Michael Jordan back in 1984. Virginia over Clemson. First loss of the year for Clemson. Their lowest point total since 1970. Second worst shooting performance ever, just 24%. Your Smash facts of the night. Indiana beats Michigan State. The Hoosiers now have won 50 in a row at home. For the Spartans, Respert, 9 threes, a Big Ten record. He scored 37 points. Duke and Wake Forest right now in the second half. Elsewhere, Iowa and Michigan in overtime. Iowa up by 2 right now. And Iowa State leading St. Louis as the Billikens are going for win number 1,000 in school history. One other game to tell you about: Cal State Fullerton and New Mexico State underway in the first half. Some programming reminders. Hoops Night, Tuesday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, and the hockey game after 2 periods of play in the IHL. Atlanta leads Chicago 2-1. Back with a look from around the NBA after this, so stay right where you are.
Everybody needs some money sometime.
When you need to send money fast, only Western Union lets you send it from home.
Hello?
Rita. Just call 1-800-CALL-CASH. Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
I could have sent the money Western Union. Did you really need the money today? Just tell me. If you had told me you needed the money really fast, I would have sent it Western
If you didn't send the money Western Union,
tell me these things anyway. What's so
did you really send the money?
Just tell them to wait.
Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
Look, I appreciate the fact that fast food is fairly inexpensive.
Only 99 cents.
I know it's convenient and all that, but if I'm gonna give you 99 of my cents, you're gonna have to give me more than just some burger. I mean, is it a Whopper? Is it flame broil or is it fried? Can I get it how I want it?
Your way.
Or am I gonna be scraping gobs of secret sauce off the bun? I mean, I can get a roll of duct tape for 99 cents. Doesn't mean I want to make it my lunch.
The 99-cent Whopper, now at Burger King.
Welcome back on the NBA. We have Indiana on the road at Boston. It's a traveling road show for the Pacers, who are playing their 20th road game. That's tied with Milwaukee for most road games of any team. Game is in the books, and here are some of the highlights. Dee Brown, the steal, goes all the way. He had 25. Team high. Pacers come back. Mark Jackson, nice dish to Rick Smits, who had 22. Celtics get it going in the second half. Eric Montross inside for the jam. And the Celtics, goggles there for Montross, who got hit in the eye the other night. 197 for the Celtics. Pacers 11-1 at home, 8-12 on the road. Golden State and Portland, it's a 5-2 score in the 7th inning. Pistons and the Magic. Magic blown out last night against Detroit. Here we go. Shaq, kaboom. He had 37. Hardaway dribbling, won't stop. All the way down the lane for 2, and then Penny to Shaq. Shaq 8 out of 8 in the third quarter alone. Tough night all the way around for the Pistons. Horace Grant into Nigel Knight. Ooh, tough night for Knight. Tough night for the Pistons. Orlando wins at 124-107. The Magic now a perfect 16-0 at home. Charlotte beats Minnesota. Larry Johnson, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Hornets have won 7 straight. Franchise record is 5 straight. Phoenix and the Lakers later on. The Bulls and the Sixers, Purdue and Bradley. Incognito tonight. Purdue winning the battle of the masked men as he slams in front of Bradley, and it counts in a foul. Sixers chop on an 18-point Bulls lead. They chop it to 7. Willie Burton hits the pretty reverse. Second half, Bulls blow it wide open. Scottie Pippen going to drive. The no-look, oh my goodness, off the glass. Pippen 21. The Bulls beat Orlando last night by 22. Look at this job right here. Bulls now have won 7 out of 10. Clippers and Dallas, fourth quarter there. Dallas coming in having lost 7 of 9. Miami and Houston in the third quarter. Miami has lost 10 straight to the Rockets. Sacramento and Milwaukee, fourth quarter. Milwaukee up 77-63. At the half, Utah doing it to Denver. The Jazz coming in having won 11 out of 13. That's a smash. Score the hockey game. After 2 periods, Atlanta leads Chicago. Back to the hockey game after this.
You a cowboy?
Sorta.
You ride?
Some.
I'll give you 2 pieces of advice, cowboy. Change your oil more often.
And?
Watch out for them blindside blitzes.
Get real.
Logo Athletic, authentic team apparel.
Where in the world would you go if there were no Las Vegas? For this, you'd have to go to Rome. For superstar entertainment, New York. World-class dining, halfway around the world. And you couldn't go anywhere for this. Only in Las Vegas.
Really bad pictures there, doesn't
Your
matter.
5 minutes, Eva. Okay, you ready? You look great.
Couldn't do without you, Lee. Especially after...
That's what I'm here for, huh? A few weeks ago, I was getting Eva ready for her close-up when I noticed something. Dandruff. So I told her about Head & Shoulders. The regular shampoos just rinse flakes away so they can come back. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming. You see the difference? Mark, you look beautiful. Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Next up, the 1995 Air Show's Precision Jet Tuna Double Barrel.
And I thought their pizza was something.
They're spectacular in hot, mild, and now barbecue sauce. Call for any pizza and get a full order of our new chicken wings for $3.99.
Drive! My mother drives better than that! The ball goes
Some
in the
sports
hole.
just aren't exciting enough for big, loud coaches. College hoops is Saturday. There'll be plenty of triple-header basketball excitement on ESPN2.
Welcome back to Chicago, everybody, where the visiting Atlanta Knights have a 2-1 lead over the Chicago Wolves at the end of 2 periods of play. Well, looks as though the National Hockey League will be back in action. The player reps advising all the players to vote yes. They'll do that tonight and tomorrow. Wayne Gretzky, we asked him, what do you think of the deal?
Well, there's still a free market, and I think that was most important, and I think it was very vital to Mr. Goodenow to be able to take that back to the Players Union. I think that now there is a drag. There's no question. We gave up the rookie salary caps. The arbitration has changed a little bit. You can be a free agent at 32 years old, though, and as the contract winds down, it will be 31. I think from their side, You know, they didn't get a salary cap, which they wanted at the beginning, but I think that they really got a drag on salaries.
One of the responsibilities now of management, and Gary, you touched on this before, is the drag on salaries is definitely there, but there's also a huge responsibility on management's side, and I'm sure amongst the 26 owners, they're going to try to be discussing, there's still some room for these players to do some moving. Let's try to be as responsible as we possibly can. We know that there's several ownership groups out there that are willing to put their money on the line to gain NHL franchises, and the outcome of that, what has transpired in the last 3 months, is very vital and important to that.
And Darren, we were talking about a potential hole in the agreement that exists for players who come in the first time and sign a 3-year deal, who don't get to arbitration. They still are free agents at the end of their first contract. It's the window of opportunity for teams that want to spend a lot of money to go ahead and do it.
And it would take us a long time to get into this, but when it comes out of it, those players that you're talking about, it's very similar to the old Group 1 free agency system, and the compensation would be based on how much money they made before and how many draft picks they would be able to give up. And you picked that out of that contract proposal. Big guy, good work.
We'll see how that one works. You know, one of the interesting things in this 48-game season is going to be that teams are only going to play teams in their own conference. And for Wayne Gretzky, that means home, sweet home, finally.
Well, this is going to be a nice year for me. There's not going to be a lot of travel. I've played my whole career on the West Coast, where we travel more than anyone. With only a 48-game schedule, 24 of those games will be road games. I imagine 6 of those games will be in San Jose and Anaheim. So only really 18 road games. That's a pretty nice season for me.
For a lot of teams out there, especially in the Central Division, Toronto and Detroit are on the east side, and they're going to have a heck of a lot of travel. It isn't fair when you look at it, and I'm sure that the management team of Detroit and Toronto are going to be beefing about the travel that they're going to get. But Wayne Gretzky makes a good point, and I think for all of us out here that are great hockey fans, a refreshed Wayne Gretzky is really a luxury. I mean, that guy deserves the kind of rest that he had of any other player in the history of the league. So we're awfully happy that he's rested up and ready to go, because there's no other player like him.
We should point out now, there's going to be a full slate of playoff games, just as though there'd been a complete season this year, which means the 48 regular season games have some real get-go meaning.
They really do, and something that I wanted to get into was the fact that there's a lot of pressure in the early going, I feel, on the goaltenders that are out there. I mean, nowadays, because goaltenders are signed to contracts that are bigger than ever, they're putting a lot of money into these guys. You're seeing a one goalie system on a lot of teams. Now that one goalie system, like right here in Chicago, Eddie Belfour, for example, has been skating as a forward for many, many months. He hasn't put the goalie equipment on. There's going to be a lot of pressure on these guys. Now Morgani said it earlier, the groin pulls, the hamstring pulls. You just hope that those guys are in good shape, because every one of these teams are going to need to get out to a good start, and in order to do so, it starts from the defense right up, and you need sharp goaltending.
All right, each player gets a chance to vote on this. Some teams doing it tonight, some will do it tomorrow. Gary Bettman has said he hopes all of that's done by noontime Friday. They are assuming it will be done, so the league is scheduling for a week from Friday to start the National Hockey League season. When we come back, third period with Atlanta leading by 1.
If you want your stomach to look like this, or you want the great feeling of a lean waistline, then you want 8-Minute Abs.
8-Minute Abs is great. I pop it in, I'm done, and it works.
8-Minute Abs takes you through a series of simple movements scientifically designed into an 8-minute program for fast results.
I use 8-Minute Abs, and I recommend it to all of my clients.
I used to wear loose clothes to hide my tummy, but look, now I use 8-Minute Abs.
The secret to 8-Minute Abs is using the abdominal muscles in a specific sequence to maximize effectiveness and give you results quickly and comfortably.
If you've got 8 minutes and a VCR, you'll get great abs too.
Call now to get yours for $19.95, and we'll also send 8-Minute Buns absolutely free.
For free 5-day express delivery, have a credit card or check ready and call 1-800-225-3300 or send check or money order for $23.95 to 8-Minute Abs, Post Office Box 193, Devon, Pennsylvania 19333, or call 1-800-225-3300.
Basketball is a game of style. It's a game of form and finesse. But believe me, when I'm in your face, it's not pretty.
Gary Thorne, Darren Pang, delighted to have you with us here in Chicago and wherever you may be.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Don Levin, the Wolves chairman, Harry Pappas, the director of the Horizon. Hey, guys, these guys are on vacation in the Caribbean. They rented 2 30-foot speedboats to go from one island to another, Gary, with 50 people just to watch this game. They made sure the other island had the game. The deuce is on and alive. And Don and Harry, have a great time, guys. Hopefully your Wolves will come out winners in this one for you.
You guys are honorary chairman of the Deuce for doing that.
And they didn't even invite us. We could have done the game from there.
That's right off a monitor.
Put a remote on Gene. He would have done it.
Yeah. Shots 21-20 in favor of Chicago, but Atlanta's got the 2-1 lead. Third period underway with Wendell Young in white in net for the home Wolves. Mike Greenlay in net for the Atlanta Knights in their black and blue road uniforms. Played by Cross back in his own end for Atlanta, right in front of his own goaltender, in fact. He was started up ice. Third period. Said no scoring in the second. Tight checking from midway through the first period on. Both teams have done battle at center ice. Third up on the near side as Chicago starts back. Lee Davidson has picked up the only goal for the Wolves. Davidson in. Davidson looking. The shot just missed. Went for the crossbar. Tip. And a great save by Greenlay. What a save by Greenlay on the tip in front of the net. Breslin was there. Rivers down low. Shot it wide. Covered up by Mike Greenlay.
Whoa, some great action in front of Greenlay, Gary. And I'm not sure whether it's a combination of terrific saves or the fact that the Wolves had the puck on their tape and they weren't able to solidify the chance. I mean, man, put the hammer down and fired into the open net. But a great move by Davidson to meander through the neutral zone over to his left and try to go across the grain. That was the chance right there by Breslin on his backhand, had the wide open net and couldn't get enough wood on it, but all credit, Mike Greenlay making a good save, and for a big guy, showing that he's very nimble going side to side. And we know in between periods that Gene Ubriaco, I mean, he really let his club have it. He gave them a good pep talk in there and wanted to make sure they'd come up flying and hopping in the third. Well, they've done that, and they nearly tied it up.
Yves Haro got it out, intercepted by Chicago at center. They'll have to get back on side. Gordy Roberts will back up with it, waiting for his teammates to clear. Sent in. Derek Mayer back behind his own net. Here at the Horizon in Rosemont, an arena originally built for the WCHA when it existed. The team franchise went under before the building got up, so it never got used for its original purpose. DePaul plays basketball here. It's a great rink, seating over 17,000. And in great condition. It was built in 1956, but you'd never know it.
They put $3 or $4 million into this for the ice surface and around the glass, and of course the dressing rooms for the Wolves. And their tickle tank, it's been great. And it's in a terrific location here in Chicago, right near the airport, in case you're out there and you're wondering where the heck the Rosemont Horizon is, just minutes away from O'Hare.
With the fog here today, you had to be wondering where the airport was. Centering pass in the middle, deflected, and back up ice comes Malte. Steve Malte, the 25-year-old, sends that one in wide of Greenlay, bangs it off the boards. Nelson trying to get it out. Poke checked away and back. Down goes Christian Campo. Cleared out by Ferraro without the helmet at center is Peter Ferraro. He goes to the net. Gavey, Ferraro. Gavey's got the puck. Gavey drops it off. Ferraro came over to pick it up. Back for Gavey in the middle. Poke checked away from him. At the point, Ferraro save on the pad. Good pad save. Wendell Young had to do that in a hurry. A quick shot came out of nowhere that time. Greenlay, showing he likes to roam a little, came out to get it in with a stick up with Malte at the other end. Played back to Rivers. Rivers is Chicago in his own zone, just underway third period. International Hockey League coverage continuing on the Deuce. Glove back out the center.
Glove to head. Yeah, good call. Chris LaPuma kind of used his fist, and he just sort of bounced it across with a punch sort of motion, but clearly glove to head right there.
Peter and Chris Ferraro, the twins, playing for Atlanta.
Hey, they're fun to watch, these kids, and you know, one of them, now let me get this right, I always goof up with these guys, and they're terrific kids. Peter was the first-round draft pick of the New York Rangers. Chris was the fourth-round draft pick. These two guys have put on 15 pounds in the off-season to get ready for pro hockey. They really are. They're fun to watch. It's amazing, though. Last time we did the game, we talked about their numbers being so identical. It's spooky how identical these guys are.
Nothing's changed. The numbers are still almost identical. They both went into a slump in the middle of December and ended up scoring almost exactly the same number of points during the slump they were in. Peter had a goal and 2 assists. Chris had a goal and 2 assists.
Only thing that's not similar is their paycheck. One gets 150, the other one gets 125.
There you go. And boy, when they're on the ice, or wherever they are, but it's impossible tell the difference. In fact, on the ice is your only chance by looking at the number. Look at the face, you haven't got a chance. Knocked away at center ice, and a delayed offside call.
A luxury car is supposed to be powerful, comfortable, stylish, smooth, and expensive. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. The Nissan Altima. Now lease the Altima GXE for $239 a month, $1,250 down for 36 months.
Everybody needs some money sometime. Everybody needs some cash somehow.
Hello?
Rita.
It's midnight.
I need $500. Now.
I'll call Western Union.
Just call 1-800-CALL-CASH, and you can send money from home.
My sometimes is now.
Western Union.
Oh, yes.
The fastest way to send money worldwide.
Welcome back to the Rosemont Horizon. We talked about Chris and Peter Ferraro. There they are. There's Chris. They're pretty similar. There's Peter. Hi, Peter. You got a little mole on the left side. That's one way. And I noticed their part is different on the other side.
That's about it.
I did that interview the last time we were doing it, and sure enough, I called Chris, Peter, Chris, and...
Once a start, you did.
Well, they have a good... well, I'm sure they're used to it. They have a good sense of humor. They're nice kids.
Very nice kids.
They really are.
Played hockey at the University of Maine for the team that won the NCAA Division I championship. U.S. Olympic team after that. There's Ferraro, Rivers colliding. Rivers kicked it away along the boards. Courtney did get it out to center. That couldn't break. Ed Breslin moving up through the middle that time for the Wolves, who are down by 1. Trying to pick up a win here at home, and they've not come easy. Cross, the shot, deflected off the glass behind the net. Chicago 7-8-3 at home. Atlanta, they've got the worst road record in the eye, 5-10-1. Well, something's got to give. Wolves trying to get inside, blocked up in the air, deflected by Chris Nelson, the D on that one. There's Mike Greenway. Was ready to make a save, never got to him.
Gene, it looks like Gene might have thrown that IFB aside. Looks like it's off his right ear. Gene, can you hear us down there?
Yeah.
Okay, partner. I understand you might have lit into them a little bit in between periods, looking for a good effort in the third.
You might say that. Unless if this was blue television, I'd let you know what I said, but I don't think I better.
Get him going, Gene. Get him going, partner.
They'll pick it up.
Third period, 16 minutes left to go here in the third. Draw will be 1 out to center. Chased down by the Wolves. Cody Roberts came back to get it. Off the near side boards. Battle there. Roberts stepped up. Poke checked it away. Nobody gained possession here along the blue line.
Come on.
Finally just sent back deeper into the zone by Berglund. Chicago back down through the middle. Wiseman. The hit was put on in the middle, rather, by Brent Gretzky. Gretzky's played a pretty strong game. There's Gretzky. Drops the puck off on the far side.
And one of the things he's trying to do is take care of his own end first and then go to the offensive zone. He's done a nice job. He's always the guy deep in his own zone, always aware of where the other centerman is.
Chicago bringing it back in. Harkins. Harkins turns to find it. Harkins pass for Gordy Roberts. Roberts just wanted to hold that in. Bounces right off the side of the net. Gretzky on the near side with it. They go rink wide on this one. Atlanta wants to change up behind the play. Nobody there to help the Puma, so he dumps it deep. Campos centering. Again, didn't have anybody to pick it up. And Chicago back the other way. Shots 22-22, but Atlanta's got
the puck on the
a 2-1
net,
lead. You hear Gino Briaco as he's done all night. Get it on net. Campo dropped it off. Stan Drulia's pass intercepted, just coming off the bench. Malte to Weissman. Weissman gets it back. Weissman, he had Nardilla open on the near side, couldn't get it through the D, and that'll end up in the seats. Nardilla was wide open on the left wing side, but too many Atlanta Knights in between that and the pass.
You see that little move by this guy, Brian Wiseman, 5'8", 175 pounds, has some terrific hands. And in fact, at the University of Michigan, had 19 goals last year, was their team captain. Here's what I call dipsy doodling kind of guys. Now you got Wiseman across the blue line. There's not much room here to dangle. There's one little, watch this little, whoop, slide it back between the legs on the backhand. One of the things that Wiseman has done is shortened the length of his stick since turning pro and changing the lie of his stick. It was so upright before, almost the Tom Lyjak where the elbow's up real high, lowering it down a little bit and trying to get a little more lateral at the blue lines. There's a different game between going from college hockey to the professional ranks, and you see the lie of his stick right there. It's still fairly upright, but they're even still right here in Chicago trying to get that lie a little lower, get him hunched over a little bit more, and so far so good. He's really turned it on the last little while, and he'll have a chance right now because they got a power play.
Yeah, DePuma picked up a delay of game call here at 5:26. I'm not sure what he did.
He grabbed the puck and he threw it over the board.
He wasn't happy about it and was complaining to the official who warned him. Drulia got it out, 2-on-2. Miller looking for Drulia, tipped it and it rolls in and covered by Wendell Young. Short-handed chance right there for Atlanta.
Really a 2-on-2 situation, and Drulia opted for the pass on the right side. I'm sorry, Miller. Miller has another right-hand shot. He's trying to go over to Drulia, and that puck wasn't very hard, but it's still a tricky play for the goaltender. He's got to get his entire body down, and you see Crowley forcing him to the outside. A perfect way to play a 2-on-2, but it's the Wolves that are on the power play. That's the bad news. They should be over there in the offensive zone.
0 for 1 tonight, 21% on the season on the power play for Chicago. Their second chance and a chance to get this game tied up again. Crowley, who works one of the points, has it behind the net. Chicago in white, working with a power play chance, tipped away at center by Miller. Good play by Miller, who comes over to pick it up. Colin Miller both blocked it, then recovered it. Held it for a moment. Davidson took it away from him, back for Crowley.
Man, when you're struggling offensively 5-on-5, you better take advantage of the power play.
For Chicago, led by Steve Malte's 10 power play goals. He's third in the league in power play goals. Watch for him in front of the net, where he's number 11 on the power play. Harkin's shot, save made Greenlay, and it's cleared out. Greenlay's come up with some big saves. Good hard shot. Yes, Harkin's battling Drulia. You see Drulia, I'll tell you, one of those guys, when he's against you, you hate him, and when he's on your side, you love him. He's a rink rat who's always in your face. Cleared back in, left wing. That's Malte who got it in, wrapped around by Alan Peterson, not out of the zone. Crowley's got it, power play Chicago. They've got 40 seconds left on the advantage. They'll set up Harkins in front of the net. Malte working behind him, back to Crowley, the shot, deflected, in front. Glove down, Harkins centered, shot, Nardella blocked, down on the ice went Alan Peterson. Alan Peterson of Atlanta went down, gave the body up on that one. Brought back in by Malte. Malte drops it back, Harkins. Harkins goes to the middle. Chicago making changes behind the play. Wiseman in. Wiseman centering pass, cross ice, great save, Greenlay. Outstanding shot by Malte in the one-timer. Greenlay left to right, got there to block it. Centered, hit the back of the net and came near side. 4 seconds left on the power play chance for Chicago. And they do not convert. Penalty is over. Held in by Rivers. Power play over. The Palma out of the box and out on the ice on the far side. 0 for 2 on the power play now for the Wolves.
What a great penalty kill by the Atlanta Knights. Alan Peterson, a tremendous shot block. Great all-around effort.
Riller's drop pass, shot, block. Secord had the chance. Secord his own rebound for Wiseman behind the net. Couldn't handle it. 12:10 left to go. Third period. Atlanta leading at 2-1. They won the first game in Atlanta. 5-4 on a shootout. Near side for Rivers. Both teams have made changes. Back in the attack, Chicago. Tim Berglund in. Tried to use the D, but it hit the skates on the shot. Puck loose in the near side corner. Drulia on the near side boards, just waiting there for the puck to come to him. Backs it up, not out. Nardella waiting. Winds up, fakes, then takes right into Ferraro. Held on to, though. They get it settled. Shot and a glove save by Greenlay. Greenlay has looked very sharp in this game, protecting the 2-1 lead for Atlanta.
I'm a real people person. I get along with people. I just love people.
I'm a self-starter.
Selfless.
When I start by myself.
I got brains I haven't even used yet.
I'm monolingual.
I'm a sponge.
Information handling?
Is that have a toll? With the high-tech skills you learn in the Navy, when it comes time for you to say something on an interview.
I have an extensive background in avionics and electronics. I'm computer literate, and I'm pretty good with people.
You'll actually have something to say. For more information, call 1-800-USA-Navy.
So what's the big deal about some 99-cent burger? Heck, I can get a roll of duct tape for 99 cents. Doesn't mean I want to make it my lunch. But right now, I can get a plain raw Whopper for just 99 cents. Now that's lunch.
Burger King, get your burger's worth.
Dear car owners, next time someone tells you
You need new brakes.
come to Midas. We'll use our written 45-step brake inspection and explain your repair options so you can be involved in what the job will cost. That's the Midas way, the way it should be.
And what a lineup for Saturday. Nothing but net basketball in the deuce. North Carolina, ranked 4, takes on Clemson. Great ACC battle. Noontime Saturday. But look at this. Wake Forest, 14. Maryland, 9. Great matchup at 2 o'clock Saturday. Not done yet. Number 3, Kansas. Number 23, Iowa State at 4. A triple header all Saturday, all in the deuce, all in the top 25.
Now we've got nothing but the Biscuit.
The Biscuit, they come down the ice side by each.
Frappé le Biscuit.
They should be pucked to the back of the net. In the corner, it's Nelson chasing it down. The battle heats up. Chicago's been so close to getting this game tied up, both in the second and third period. Greenlay's come up with some big saves. They've not been able to convert on a couple of power play chances, while Atlanta went 2 for 2 in the power play in the first period. Wiseman dropped it off, chased in by Malte. Beaten to it, near side was Peterson. Puck loose, Wiseman's got Berglund out in front, trying to get there, got knocked down, takes the shot as he was getting back up. Gino Briaco, should have been a hole, no call on that one. Chase down, fire in, Kevin McDonald. The captain's assistants on this team. Ardella sends it in. 10:45 to go, plenty of time left for anything in this one-goal game. Campos pass, brought in Ferraro, shot glove down by Wendell Young. Young took the loss in that game in Atlanta in the shootout for Chicago. Held onto by Nelson near side to Ferraro. Ferraro tried to drop it out in front. Intercepted Davidson, and back comes Chicago. Davidson, the center, leads the rush. Davidson, center, tipped wide. Greenway, another outstanding play on a perfect pass. And a little heated activity behind the net.
Great save again by Greenlay, going left to right, going all across the crease before coming up with a dandy. Just after that, the skirmish begins. I was wondering when this was going to start. We had one little tussle early on in the game, and that had been it. And number 17, Ed Courtney, 6'4", 215 of the finest pounds, going to the penalty box along with, it looks like Chris Nelson is also going on over there. And that happened right to the left of Greenlay after he had made the save. See Davidson busting towards the net. Davidson makes a perfect cross-ice pass right on the tape to Al Secord, and Al got some wood on that. And see Al right there, no one's really bothering Al very much. Campos kind of letting him be a little bit, but Ed Courtney gets the most of the action, a little bit of leather around the face, but nothing too much to report on.
This will be the first 4-on-4 situation we've had in this game with 10:17 left to go. Gino Briaco, will you play offensively when you've got a 4-on-4, or do you want more D?
Well, right now you got to do both, but obviously 2-1, we better go for the downs here.
Wants the offense. Face-off will come to the left of Greenway in the Atlanta end.
It's like not the Canadian Football League, though, huh?
No.
4 downs to a play. To a series.
Face-off won by Colin Miller. 4-on-4 setting. Atlanta leading by a score of 2-1. Again, Miller brings it all the way up. Wendell Young wraps it around the boards. Drulia on the far side, able to hold it in. Good play by Drulia. Tipped away off the goaltender's stick near side as they tried to get the shot set up. Neither team wanting to make the big mistake down low to give the odd man rush the other way. Rivers was able to work it up. Chicago back on the attack. Straight down the middle. Crowley drops it off. Shot wide of the net. Tim Bresnan. Crowley on the far side with it. Takes it looking for a screen. Got one, but deflected to the near side point. Rivers held that one in. Cross intercepted it, didn't get it out. Centering past Berglund, deflects away to the far side. Jason Ruff. Ruff with Rivers on him. Rivers, good poke check, and then knocks him down. Good play by Rivers. Julia followed it up, though. That held the puck in. Julia got tied up. He takes a man down. No.
Oh, man, even Julia looked behind to see if Kevin McGuire was going to make a call.
Tip for tat. He got knocked down, too. Moving in, and another dump at the side of the net. Jason Ruff got leveled. Pushed around. Julia there for Atlanta. Julia back to the point. Shot wide as it bounces off the side. Jason Ruff for Atlanta. Ruff spinning. Crowley trying to tie him up. Long reach for Jason Ruff. A great shot saved by Young. That's where that long reach makes a real difference. 6'2", Jason Ruff.
Man, he had Ted Crowley's pajamas on. Are you kidding me? How the heck did he get a shot on goal? Good job by Ruff.
And a hard shot way offside as Harkins brought it in.
Yeah.
And he rolled it in the net and not like that.
Man,
Oh, he shot it
fired
at
him.
Greenlay didn't like the fact he put it in the net after the whistle, and he fired it at him on the other side.
I saw the referee Kevin Maguire go towards him and motion towards the goaltender, Mike Greenlay. He might be tagging him for a delay of game or unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Hard to say right now. In the last several minutes, Kevin Maguire has really let them play deep in Chicago territory. Several trips on both sides, let them play, sort of washed them all out, it seemed.
The play was way offsides. And that's why Greenlay was so upset when the puck ended up in the net after the offside occurred. It wasn't shot in, just kind of that.
That was his best clear out of his own zone the whole game for Mike. He really got good wood on that shot.
He ripped that, didn't he? You goaltenders, huh?
No, me, I couldn't
you have
get
no
it.
Sense of humor.
I couldn't get it that high and hard. Believe me.
No penalties called on this. We remain 4-on-4 for another 19 seconds. Again, Miller moving out to take the face-off for Atlanta as they try to get players swung around here, and he wins the draw against Harkins. He has won a lot of face-offs tonight, Colin Miller.
Then we got Bergie.
Mayer brings it up. Mayer with Gretzky with him. Just over-skated the puck. 2-on-3 the other way. Malte with Harkins, and Harkins is offside this time.
Steve Malte, the captain of the Chicago Wolves. Just a couple of weeks ago, it appeared as if there was a trade made in the IHL, and Radek Bonk, the third overall draft pick by the Ottawa Senators, was supposed to be coming this way for that guy, Steve Malte, who's going to be going to Las Vegas, by the way, for the All-Star game. And that trade was nullified because of the fact Radek Bonk had a no-trade agreement in his contract, and his agent made sure that they knew that in Las Vegas, so the deal wasn't consummated. But I tell you, Steve Malte's done a heck of a job for this hockey club right now, and that's why he's represented them at the All-Star game.
And Radek Bonk has struggled in Vegas.
Very much so. He really has.
He's been set
very
down
disappointing,
by his coach, as they're not sure he understands the effort that's necessary every night. A 2-1 lead for Atlanta. You can see the time remaining in the third period. Miller along the near side board starts it out. Lost control of it, just bounced ahead. Harkins tip pass and a good one to the near side. Trying to get it tied. Greenlay dropped it, but then reaches out and hangs on to Tim Breslin's shot. 7:59 left in the third, and a one-goal game.
Harry, I've got Tom Hanks in the house. I heard Millie had Tony Bennett in the house. No.
So I got Whoopi Goldberg in the house.
Guys, I'm telling you, Eric Clapton's in the house.
Oh, get out of here.
Everybody's in the house.
You get action in the house.
Satisfaction in the house. Every sound in the house can be found in the house.
Movie hits in the house.
Take your pick in the house.
They got thrills, chills, laughs, and more. All the things you're looking for.
In the house.
Look for Columbia House Music and Video Club offers in these publications in your mail. If it's in entertainment, it's in the house.
The best seats in the house.
The hottest beats in the house. It's your call.
Get it all in the house. Columbia House.
Mike Greenlay holding the fort for Atlanta. Made a lot of saves as Chicago out shooting Atlanta 29-24, but still the one-goal lead. Wiseman dropped it. Here's the chance to tie. Secord, and he does it again.
My goodness gracious, a turnover at the blue line, right on the tape to the two-time 50-goal scorer for the Chicago Blackhawks, and Al Rocky Secord. I don't think he got that up at the position that he wanted to get it up. Secord's a left-hand shot, and it looked to me like he was trying to go high to the glove side. A nice little play by Brian Wiseman to get him the puck. Secord head up the whole way, trying to go high glove, and clearly didn't get that up high enough. And then right after that, you see Myers right in there, making sure that Al Secord was out of the way, the assistant captain of Gene Ubracco's Chicago Wolves. But I think in that situation, you either go high under the crossbar or maybe a little bit lower. That was right in between. Greenlay's able to make a good save.
Greenlay protecting that lead again. Drulia to center. Nardella chipped it away, got knocked down by Drulia. Good play by Nardella. Drulia just lets that one go off the glove to the other blue line. Right now, Chicago's got Atlanta a little bit on the heels here, playing more D than offense in a one-goal game with over 7 minutes left to go in it. Corey Cross chases that one down. Dumps it far side. Do a little dumping and chasing now as Jason Ruff sent it in. Nardella got there first, intercepted Drulia. Drulia, 2D on him. Ferraro, backhand shot. Save made by Wendell Young. Good backhand shot by Chris Ferraro. We got a lot on that. In front, down goes Ruff, leveled by Nardella. Good rolling block. Nelson shot, bounced in. Centered by Drulia, intercepted Secord, and cleared by Weissman. Malte. Rivers, they're trying to change here. They've got to clear the zone, so they'll send it in.
Gene really letting one of his players, Bobby Nardella, have it. Gene wanted a change right there, and it was Nardella that went behind the net when, in fact, there was a player in the high slot. Fortunately for the Wolves, they didn't capitalize on that play. A terrible breakdown in their own zone.
Rivers drops that back to Crowley. Crowley sends it in the middle of Davidson, who has the only goal for Chicago. And Chicago will dump it in. Chicago averaging 3.28 a game, 14th in offense. Atlanta, 3.37. They're tied for 12th in offense. Rivers. Good pass up to Breslin. Shot wide of the net by Davidson. Crowley stepped up, beaten to the puck. Good play by Crowley, though, played it off the boards. Greenlay back to get it. Greenlay left it. Mayer. Mayer got dumped as he got it up ice, though. Ferraro takes the knee down. He's all right as Harkins hit him. The other way. Wendell Young glove save Campo. That tilted the webbing.
Man, that came hard. Sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry.
Oh, and there, I guess the reaction still comes because I thought that might have deflected off the defenseman's stick before it went into the mid of Wendell. Then you see the action. Oh, right there, right across the blue line. Ferraro goes down in the right knee of Todd Harkins, number 26. And there's that shot, a little high-hard, slithery one right in the mid of Wendell Young.
More of this great action coming up. International hockey on the Deuce tomorrow. Minnesota will be taking on Houston at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. The Arrows and their beautiful home in Houston, and the Minnesota Moose. That's tomorrow night.
Does Kevin Dineen play in that game?
Good question. Good question. Probably will, probably being close to his final. John Harris Jr. hoping his team can get out of a two-game slump. They continue on the road after losing to the Moose in Minnesota last night. Chicago down by 1, trying to get this thing tied up. Knocked away Greenlay, and he had trouble with that one as it bounced off his stick. Harkins in the corner. Card Harkins. Davey moved over. Puck kicked away. Gordy Roberts able to hold it in. Centered. Greenlay again makes the save. He had company out in front that time, and there was a tip on that pass, centering pass, and he made a nice play to hang on.
Well, again, they're not able to find the net. And Greenlay comes up big as you look at it. 13th in the league, fewest team goals in the IHL, 132. Minnesota and Indianapolis are at the bottom of that list. Atlanta right there as well, 127. That's why we've got ourselves a 2-1 hockey game right now, quite frankly. But I think Gene would have to be happy with the fact that they're testing Greenlay. They're getting towards him. But again, the bottom line is there's not many rebounds right out there. And I think that John Paris Jr., his hockey club, have really been on their heels. They've been somewhat passive in this third period, allowing Chicago to take it to them.
One of the reasons that they still have the lead of the face-off wins being won by Colin Miller. I don't think he's lost a face-off in his own end tonight. Those are big draw wins. Cleared out by Atlanta.
Good point, Gary. You're absolutely right. And that's so important. You know, good quality face-off men are. You know you can put them out there at crunch time.
And you don't get that shot in your own zone off a draw. Taken back by Cross. Corey Cross with Nelson, the defensive pairing. Sent it up along the near side boards and followed it in to kick it a little deeper. With the Atlanta Knights having played last night, they're making some real quick changes now with 4:40 left to go in the third. Shot, never get in. Greenlay hit the D, deflected back out.
Boy, how many shots have hit the D of Atlanta? They have blocked a ton of shots throughout this game.
Been where they need to be. Levanov brought it in. Levanov gets knocked down in the corner. Ruff turning with it. Jason Ruff for Atlanta. And you see, that's what we call sitting back. They don't want to make mistakes, so they're dumping it. Another icing call, which sets off another one of those big face-offs in the offensive zone for the Wolves, who are down by 1.
Where in the world would you go if there were no Las Vegas? You could turn the pages of history or fantasy. But if you want to be a part of it, there's just one place where there are new resorts, entertainment, and excitement you've never seen before. Only in Las Vegas.
You a cowboy?
Sorta.
You ride?
Some.
I'll give you 2 pieces of advice, cowboy. Change your oil more often.
And?
Watch out for them blindside blitzes.
Get real.
Logo Athletic, authentic team apparel.
Gene Ubriaco making a line change. Gene trying to get a little more offense on one line.
We changed our lines a little. We didn't have much going. We're getting more action now. So it's working out. We just got to cash in here.
Yep. Had the chances. Working on the net behind Greenlay is the delay here with 4:17 left to go in the third period.
Yeah, that third group that he's going to put out there, Harkins with Davidson and Breslin. And I would imagine that Big Todd Harkins is the guy that's going to go crash that net. I mean, one of the things that they do have to do is get some traffic in front of the real big goaltender, Mike Greenlay. And there's the guy, Harkins. Maybe he's the guy to get in front of them. Allied vintage Al Secor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And another big face-off win for Colin Miller, allowing Atlanta to get it up ice in a hurry. Nair, the D, brought it all the way in with no intent to do anything other than get it as far down the ice as he could. 3:59 left to go. Fire from over here with Chicago down by just 1. Continually knocking on the door. Ferraro for Atlanta intercepts. Clearly Atlanta just wants to run it off. They are in a D mode right now. Just dumping it back in, trying to muck it up at center and then send it down the boards. Crowley back to get it. Chicago coming out of their own end on the charge. Malte trying to move to the middle. Couldn't get by the D. Swung back out by Chris LaPuma. What Atlanta doesn't want here, of course, icing calls.
See that, though, right there. Malte had a sort of a 1-on-4 situation trying to cross the blue line.
Bad pass. Ferraro. Great save by Young. Peter Ferraro. Real strong shot. Wendell Young with the right pad save on that one. Crowley plays it up for Malte. He got pinned up against the boards. Ferraro back to Nelson. Nelson waiting for his teammates to clear. Feathers that one down the near side. Rivers drops it off. Nardella, teams changing. 3 minutes left to go, third period. Atlanta by 1. Chicago in white at home, trying to get this game tied up. Would have been offside. Gordy Roberts pokes it by Cross. Corey Cross came back to get it over to Nelson. Nelson for Campo on the near side. Campo just flips it up in the air. Nardella, quick changes. Real short shifts now for Atlanta. Nardella, they lined up, Atlanta did, along the blue line, forcing the dump.
And then no momentum when they dumped the puck in. Everybody was standing still at the blue line, so it's hard to get the puck back on the forecheck when you do so.
They do, however, get the puck in the zone, but that was because they forced it on the second chance. Colin Miller, as he set down in the third period, he brings it in. He gets dumped, leveled by Gordy Roberts for his effort. Nardella picks it up. Nardella dumps it near side, 2:09 to go, third period. Harkins moves in. Harkins trying to charge the net. Outstanding D. Eric Dubois just rode him off the play. Sent back into the middle and just out of the zone. Brent Gretzky got that one out of there. Quick changes coming for both teams now as Harkins heads off. Gretzky moves up to pick up the loose puck. Gretzky back in his own end. You're looking at the time remaining in the third period with Atlanta leading at 2-1. And an icing call, it's not going to happen because of the effort by Yves Herreau. Herreau got up ice, touched that up before Chicago could get there, avoiding the whistle. Held on to near side. Herreau racing. Backhand shot goes wide of the net. Picked up wide side by Berglund. Berglund drops it in the middle. Minute 24 left to go. Rivers sends it off the boards. We'll keep an eye on Wendell Young. Shot over Greenlay's head and into the seats. Young heading to the bench. And the face-off will come at center. At center, so Wendell Young's going to
I'll give you
stay
a call.
in.
I'll hold you like this, then when I wave, all right?
Good communication there. You need that because the goaltender's not sure when exactly he's got to race towards the bench. So Gene will give him the nod on the bench and let him know. A lot of things on the mind right now of a coach in this situation, who he's got on the ice and at what point does he want to pull his goaltender. A minute and 14 seconds remaining. Inevitable that Wendell Young will be pulled. But what's also even more important right now, something you've talked about so much, and that is the fact that the Atlanta Knights, John Paris Jr.'s club, have the dominated faceoff. I mean, in order for the Wolves to have a chance in this game, they have to win a faceoff here and get control of the puck.
Up and down the bench. Give me one more good shift time. There are the faceoffs. More importantly, though, of the ones won by Atlanta in the offensive zone.
There you go.
They won another one. Ferraro won that one. Chris Ferraro. Play behind the net, Rivers. As soon as they get it up, Wendell Young will be heading out. Ferraro up in the forecheck over to Nardella. Wiseman sends it across ice. A minute to go in the third. Wendell Young still waiting. Rivers trying to pick up the loose puck. Kicked into the zone, but not out. Cleared back out to center. L. Secord sends it in. Wendell Young heads. Still no extra skater. Now they do. Extra skater up for Chicago, empty net. Poke checked away, Ferraro. Ferraro backhands it towards the net, not enough on it. You're looking at the time remaining in the third. Atlanta leading this game by 1. Nardella. Extra skater up for the Wolves. Nardella brings it in. Poke checked away. Malte couldn't handle it. Blocked by Nardella once. Blocked by Nardella twice. Nardella the shot. Save me. Rebound. Malte can't get it by Greenlay. And there's the whistle.
I never saw a team this kind of luck, I'll tell you. Well. Time, eh?
Gene Ubriaco will take a timeout. You feel the passion in his words when talking about his players. They work their tails off. They just can't seem to get a break. Bobby Nardella does a nice job at the point, keeping the puck inside, and then Malte's got a whack at it as Greenlay's trying to sweep at it, and also it looks like Wiseman's also in there trying to scoop it up, and no chance whatsoever. Greenlay pulls it inside him and gets a whistle.
Yeah, I want a timeout.
And Gene wanted that timeout a while ago.
We're gonna get it now. Let's go.
I think he can still get it. Al Secord's going over to the referee, Kevin McGuire. I wonder how many times these two guys have fought in their careers. I mean, Kevin McGuire dropped the mitts a ton of times. I'm sure they both have a great deal of respect for one another.
God, you gotta be tough in front, eh? Okay.
Let's listen in on Gene and see what he's got to say.
This is a Chicago Wolves timeout.
All right, bring it in here. Where's Lee? Who? Lee Davidson. All right, listen, we're gonna try and get her back, Bergie. Hey? We got 20 seconds, Bergie. Let's try and get it back here. We want Riv, you're gonna be on the boards. Yeah. All right? Crowley will be out. Crowley, I want you up in here. And then you move back on the draw. All right? And we got Malte on the inside. We got Bergie. We got Crowley. We got Todd. Pardon? All right. And we need Secord. You're right in front. Secord, Todd, Crowley, Berglund, Malte, and Rivers back here.
Can't thank Gene Ubriaco enough. What a delight to hear this stuff for hockey fans. I mean, people who haven't played the game but love it, you just don't get a chance to hear this.
No, you really don't.
If anything, I'm just going to put it off the backboards up front.
And it is great to hear, especially with such an affable person like Gene Ubriaco. He's got so many friends around the hockey industry, and they're probably saying, hey, no surprise that Gene would be the guy to have an IFB and have talk back to us right here up in the booth. It's been terrific.
Now, Tim Berglund will be taking the face-off, trying to draw it back. He's against the man who's won so many, Colin Miller, and he won another one. Couldn't get the pass out, though. Time running out, third period. Chicago needs one to tie. Rivers steps up. They've got the extra skater. Intercepted. Peterson up along the blue line. Held in Chicago. Can they get a shot off here? No, they won't. This game is history as Atlanta has held on into a 2-1 first period lead and have made it stand up for a victory. 2 first period power play goals, the only goals in this game for them. And all the scoring came in the first. Davidson got his for Chicago then as well.
Well, it really was a well-played contest and some good action. Mike Greenlay, the goaltender for Atlanta, really had a lot of pressure on him, especially in the third period. Outshot in this game 33-29. Both goaltenders played well, but it was Greenlay that had to come up with the big saves late in the third period, and he did so. He really stood up well and played solid hockey for the Atlanta Knights.
All right, we've got all the news of the story and the lockout that apparently is going to be ending in the National Hockey League. It'll be covered completely, both on SportsCenter and on Sports Smash. We hope you enjoyed it here in Chicago. For Darren Pang and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Thanks for joining us, everybody. There's your final Sports Smash.
If you and your wife are off to beautiful Kauai, Visa Gold's purchase power can pay for every romantic moment.
Hi, honey. Finally came down.
Not to mention a new pair of glasses.
I wanted to tell you how much I'm enjoying this second honeymoon. And that I love you.
Thank you. Because Jenkins Optical can make new glasses in an hour, but they won't take American Express.
Who's that?
Visa Gold.
I've never seen him before in my life.
Control is everything. Once you got it, everything else just falls in place. That's why I use this stuff, Pert Plus.
One Smart Shampoo, control-enhancing conditioners for hair that's easy to handle.
It just works. My hair does what I want. That's enough for me.
Pert Plus.
Great hair, no fuss.
I'm not going in. I'm on my deathbed here.
Why not take Dayquil?
But my head is pounding. And I can't stop coughing.
Take Dayquil.
Won't this stuff fix all that?
No, that won't do anything for your headache or your cough. Take the Dayquil.
From the makers of NyQuil, Vicks Dayquil Liquid Caps, complete non-drowsy cold relief.
Don't you hate it when she's right?
Vicks Dayquil Liquid Caps, the non-drowsy stuffy head, congested chest, sore throat, coughing, fever, so you can face your day medicine. Also try new Dayquil sinus formulas.
Who says clothes make the man? By looking at me, it's easy to see how hair can make the difference.
If your hair is thinning, call Hair Club for Men and receive your free booklet about thinning hair. It covers transplants, weaving, minoxidil, and much more. You'll also find before and after photos of men like yourself who've benefited from Hair Club's advanced technology of adding hair in with your own hair without surgery. Now, whether working out, showering, or just blow drying your hair, it feels like your own.
So call for your free booklet, and you'll see how hair can make you look and feel your best.
Hi there, hope you enjoyed the hockey. Bill Peters here with the Smash. We have some news concerning Miami football coach Dennis Erickson. ESPN's Chris Mortensen says Erickson has signed a 5-year deal to become coach of Seattle. Before the Orange Bowl, Erickson said he was going to stay at Miami. So much for that. Erickson is a native of Seattle. He replaces Tom Flores. The official announcement expected Thursday. Erickson has been the coach at Miami for 6 years. He has never before coached in the National Football League. And while we watch the IHL, we wait for the NHL. The Executive Committee of the Players Association approves the owner's final offer. It's a good thing. The union membership now has until noon Friday to approve the deal, and no problem is expected. The 48-game schedule, it will begin sometime next week. And here are some of the key points of the deal. Free agency, the big issue. First 3 years of the deal, if you're 32, you can go anywhere you want. Age 31, you can go anywhere you want in the last 3 years of the contract. Either side can end the 6-year deal after 4 years. Training camps, meanwhile, will open after the players vote, and the training camps won't be long at all. On that